What is up, guys? Talking with Tonka, Season 2, Episode 4. I made it to 4 already, guys. That means 40 is definitely doable. We are here today with a collaboration that comes to be a part of Boombox Philly. Aaron and Josh, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? How are you?
How you guys doing?
Tonka?
You guys want me to drop the full governments, or?
You do whatever you want, man. It's your podcast.
Yeah, I usually drop full government. I'll wait.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, I'll feel it out. First of all, this is a long time coming. Me and Aaron actually talked about bringing you guys on a while ago. So I'm literally just interviewing small businesses right now, and you guys are literally a small business because your business is a trailer.
That it is. It's a very original and one-of-a-kind trailer.
Yeah. So when I saw your trailer at the Club 215 tailgate, I was like, I got to get you guys on. We should do the podcast in the trailer in the parking lot of like one of the stadiums. I thought that would have been cool. Like, I mean, a really cool idea.
Oh, for solid backdrop. That would have been an awesome backdrop.
Right? Can the Lincoln Financial Field or Citizens Bank Park, I would have been sick. But just with scheduling and everything, just didn't work out.
And this season, it would have been freezing cold in there.
Oh, yeah.
I am not a fan of the cold. And
so I thought it was heated because I asked Aaron we should do it in the trailer, and he's like, "Oh, it's not heated." I thought it was heated.
Just the parties are fire, just our parties.
Just the parties are fire. That's it.
Yeah.
Is there a plan to make it heated?
So from an engineering standpoint, I would love to get it heated. So obviously now it's kind of like our downsize season. We're trying to like go more for spring and summer. Mm-hmm. So it's not one thing that's on our rotation of stuff to get done, but I would like to get it insulated and have some type of heating in there for next season and next winter season for sure. Yeah.
I guess with all the electronics in there, you got to be really safe about
for sure
how it
gets hot in there too. We did a few Phillies games. We had Kurt was out there for Porta-Sides, and it gets hot in there. It's especially when the boys are cooking, and they're cooking up the
chefs
beats,
are cooking.
It gets hot in there.
I love that. So how did you two meet?
Oh my gosh, dude. I met this kid, and I think he was in high school still. He was a sophomore at, I don't know what we're academy or
Interboro.
All right, Interboro.
There you go.
He was DJing a college grad party, and I was friends with his cousin's boyfriend at the time. And I was like, dude, who is this? I'm like, I was a DJ at that. What year was that? I don't even know what year it was.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know it was, I don't know, I want to say probably 07, 08 maybe.
So I'd only been DJing 3 years at the time. So I was like, this kid's got a nicer rig than I have. And I was like, how? What? Who is mommy, daddy buying it? Like, what's up with this kid?
No.
So
this kid's a worker.
I asked Lindy, his cousin. I'm like, what's up with this kid? She's like, oh, that's my little cousin Aaron. I'm like, how'd he get this equipment? He's like, oh no, he's been working his whole life. Like, he worked, he paid all, and at that age, just to see that, it kind of took me like, all right, dude, yeah, you got. She's like, take care of them, take them under your wing, don't make them, because you know how this industry is. And she's
alive.
Keep them. Yeah,
literally.
So, he's in Delco. I'm from Delco, and my dad's in Northeast, but
match made in heaven. Yeah. Delco, he meets Delco.
Yeah. I know, right? And then ever since then, we've just always, refer each other. We just work back and forth. I can count on him. And
how old are you?
37.
37. You're creeping
up
up
hard
me.
Facts, dude. Yeah. I know, man. I started when I was 18 years old. I don't know.
Yeah, your last name is Pasadena.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, for giving the governments.
Yeah, giving the governments. Joshua Pasadena. I was just trying to see it in my head and make sure I said it right. I had a guess last night, and you would not think you pronounced the E in his name and his last name, and you do. So I asked his business partner, I'm like, do you pronounce that E? And he's like, yeah, make sure you pronounce that E. So I pronounced the E. I didn't want to offend it.
For someone to get and just being, an MC for most of what I do, like a lot of mic work, obviously, I even now that we're on, I actually met you. I'm going to remember because it was Cliff Lee's first home run. You were DJing, I think it was Center Bar at Harris, Philly. And they sent me over to MC with you.
Oh my God,
bro! It was before the Vanderslice changeup. It was like the OG Tonka.
Yeah,
it was like OG Tonka.
Yo, I met some people in there, bro. I met like World Series poker players in there, like Playboy models in there at Harris, Philly, of all places.
It was.
That's when they were doing the MC because they stopped doing that.
Yeah,
because I used to love that gig. They used to love freestyle music. Mm-hmm. And like throwback stuff, dude.
Do anything.
They used to throw some wild parties there. They don't do really a lot over there anymore.
Well, we did a New Year's Eve party there.
Yeah,
with
we did.
Mixology and No,
He's a good kid.
It was us three. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
me,
I
you,
think- I think,
mixology.
yeah.
Mixology's a good kid.
That's when he proposed to Sarah. That's
Oh,
when he
really?
proposed.
Yeah, we were there. We were
at
on
New
stage.
Year's. Yeah,
Wow.
I still got it in my Amazon Prime vault photo somewhere. There's middle of the set. It just drops to a knee. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
And he was like, "Yeah, I just proposed. So can you do like the last hour?" I'm like, I don't want to, but yeah, sure. Here we are.
I mean, I guess yes. Now you put me on the spot.
Yeah, that was a
no
fun night. That was a
problem
fun night.
passing the decks over.
Yeah.
that was a fun
always
night.
step aside.
It was just like, oh, they played all the bangers. What am I supposed to play here?
Yeah. What's his government? I'm trying to think. His first name. It'll come to me.
Mixologies?
Yeah.
Dave.
That's it. I was like,
I'm not
it'll
giving
come
other
to me.
people's governments.
That's the thing I do here on Talkin' with Tonka. I bring DJs on, and I shout out their government name. That's what I do.
Just
That's
letting
what
it-
you know
Sorry,
this.
Dave.
You actually know this in person. You've seen me do this.
Oh, yeah.
Seen it.
It's like you get that cockeye in the corner and just like, what, did you just say did you say my government?
So we just did it.
We
to
have
Jim-
names.
We just did it to my buddy Jimmy Six. I was out for my buddy Quiggs' birthday at Pace and Blossom on a Wednesday, which I
Good for you.
feel so too old to be in
With
there.
these drinks, you got it though.
Yeah, I got
With the reins. Just
I forgot
Them
to say
Wednesday
that.
nights.
bring the reins, bud. Bring the
I
reins.
forgot to say that in the beginning. This episode is fueled by Rainstorm. I'll have to make sure I follow that in at the end there.
Rainstorm and friendship.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, I love that. I love that. It's all love here. But so Jimmy paid for the bottle for our friend because it was his birthday because
Yeah.
he gets a comp bottle, whatever. So I was like, I know the party host there. I was like, yo, make sure the sign says thank you, James Meyer, because that's his real name. And then he looked right at me and just gave me the finger because he knew I did it. Because as soon as the government names come out of DJs, everyone knows it's me. It's just my thing. Like when I see, when I had Sat 1 on, I was like, oh, James Thorpe. He got so mad. He goes, oh, man, you had to throw the government in there?
He hates it. I remember when I saw him the one night, he was playing at JJ Bootleggers, and I called him by his first name. And he's like, he gave me that look like, can you not?
Yeah.
I was like, my bad.
I had to change my name twice over my career. Like,
Oh,
and
really?
I didn't even get my first name. It was assigned to me. I was 19, Copa Banana in University City when they
Wow.
still had that basement bar. And I'm dating myself, guys.
Yeah.
I was 18 years old when I first started.
Yeah.
18,
Sheesh.
first shift, nervous, scared, shaken. And I just said, you know what? Screw it. I'm like the youngest in my family. I just went all old school hip hop, just dug through my CDs and just went with it.
Yeah.
And they came up to me like, oh, DJ White Boy. I'm like, you know what? All right, whatever. I'm 19. Let's go with it.
Boom.
A few years later, fast forward the clock, I'm playing different gigs, and I get to one establishment, and they're like, yeah, we're not putting that in the marquee.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, my mixes in high school, I would just call Josh Jam. So screw it. Let's just go with that. And then now I'm going to I feel like I'm on the latter side of this. Like I said, I'm still happy to be here, man. I just keep it
trust me.
simple. Just Jay Pasadena. Just
still-
keep it easy.
I'm still happy to be here.
Dude, facts. I never had a name change. It's always been
So
AJ.
mine wasn't something I wanted to do. Tonka was given to me by my breakdancing friends years ago.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah. So when I was working at Dusk exclusively on like Saturdays, I was like Sat's opener. Then I would play up in the after hour spot, whatever. And they took over my bookings. They were like, hey, we're getting a couple of accounts, but here's the thing. We want you to change your name. They're like, Tonka, we can't book Tonka. People think they're booking like a little kid.
It was a different time back then. Guys.
Yeah,
it was a different time.
Yeah, everyone was like big. House DJing was like huge, like
Yeah, for
Calvin
sure.
Harris.
Oh, yeah.
There was no DJ, so it was
No,
just
so
like,
it's just
we're gonna
me.
book you as Eric Vanderslice.
Yeah, but that's an awesome name, though.
thank you.
Like I'm not just saying that just to say that. Like let's call it like that's an awesome name.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's-
appreciate it.
We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that,
mean, I like it.
it
Yeah.
just sounds. You would hear the
rolls off the
promos,
tongue.
like you would hear the Parks Casino promos, like DJ Eric Vanderslice. You know, like
it probably took them
laying
forever
it
to
down.
read it, and then so they were gonna go. We'll get you $100 more a gig. You change your name. I said done. Changed my name, and then I played in Vegas in beginning of 2018, I think. Yeah, beginning of 2018, and I was playing at Dre's After Hours,
dude.
and they
Great
wouldn't.
place, great place.
Yeah, they wouldn't put my name on anything. So I met Victor Dre's, the owner, with my buddy who booked me there, and goes, he's like, he wants to know why his name isn't on the flyer, and he's like, yeah, I'm not booking. It sounds like I'm booking like this rich white kid. And I was like, okay. And then my buddy goes, what about Tonka? Would you put that on the flyer? And like, he's like, yeah, I would definitely put Tonka on the flyer. As soon as I landed back in Philly, I remade my logo
I'm
and
so
changed
happy
it.
for that, bro. I really like it. Really serious. I love it. Like,
I appreciate it, and it fits me. I think now because I've been getting calls. I was 18. I'm 40 now, so like people didn't even change my name in their phones.
No,
they were just like, Tonka.
just Tonka.
It's still Tonka in my phone.
Yeah, Tonka. So when was your first gig? So we now know his first gig was at Copa Banana.
No, that was
18.
First gig was Hunt's Annex. Shout out Hunt's and Delco. It was
okay.
a Halloween party. Yeah, that was 2004. My very first solo like non-training shift.
Okay,
because I worked for a company back in the day, and you'd have to train with a couple guys.
Did we begin with the S?
Yeah.
SP. Oh, no.
SP.
Hey, I learned a lot of valuable mic skills.
Wait. SP.
Oh God.
So when was your first gig?
So not family party oriented. If we're not going that
Paid
route.
gig. Paid
gig. Paid actual gig would have been the Prospect Park and Ridley Park Firehouse dances. They were really big in Delco. Like people from like South Philly would come to these. Like it was unbelievable. Like packed 500 plus people.
Yo, no bullshit.
Middle school dances go hard.
Yo, I even heard these FOP places pop off. So I can see that a firehouse can pop off because I got offered to DJ at FOP club.
Do it.
And they were like, dude, it's like a fucking club in there. They have lighting and everything.
Just turn into like a Dylan Francis video and just go nuts. Just go bonkers.
Or you pull James Hype and just pull up in a condo in New York and just play for 100 people.
So these firehouse dances were your first paid gig.
Yeah, first paid gig. And then moving forward is when I got my opportunity to play with a bunch of, I would say they were big Philly guys at the time, but like Chili Ortiz at Roxy nightclub.
Yeah.
So
Chili
I was
a good dude.
Yeah, so I played in the Flirt Lounge, which was downstairs on the first floor.
Yep.
And then I worked my way up to upstairs. It started out as if you want to play here, you got to bring people on a guest list. But I soon worked out of that. That's where I met like Chris Red, Big Red.
He actually just booked me at Matt Down on Friday.
Yeah, good friend. Yeah, he's good people.
I haven't been there in a couple years.
It actually sucks because him and I, right before COVID, he was going to have me play on my birthday, had me bring my people in. He's like, I got you a table, whatever. But COVID happened, everything shut down, and we never reconvened after that. They're trying to get in. But you know how it is what it is. But yeah, Roxy was a great experience. I was there for 3 years.
They were one of the first clubs outside of Dust that I played as Eric Vandersloot when they had to book my real name. My promo pictures were awful.
See, they didn't even put my DJ name on the flyer. It was like Chilio Ortiz and friends, or it was like Chilio Ortiz and Aaron DJ Redding. I'm like, it's DJ.
They just went on your Facebook and just copied your name.
And the best part was I would talk to the owner like days prior because he was like, hey, like
John.
Yeah, John. Because they were very, like when I played there, they were like, hey, listen, we're not really digging into the hip hop genre. They really were heavy on EDM music.
Yeah.
The techno, trap. Like that type of stuff, and that's kind of what we did. And obviously, like the party, like the typical white girl music. I think at the time, the Miley Cyrus song, the 23, like that was like a hot jam. He's like, don't play that until it's midnight. I'm like, why? It's like 70 beats per minute. I'm like, why would I play that at midnight? He's like, because that's the hottest song that's out there. I mean, and this is before I really understood BPM rides.
Yeah.
And
the whole business side of things.
And that's and
a lot of people don't. So when they first start, so
and I had CDJs at the time, and it was when I got into high school, I started doing the high school dances at Interboro High School, and I was a protege of another guy who was formerly there, who was a big wig, and he left me. He's like, I gotta go back overseas to go handle some business stuff, like just take care of my equipment. So I was 15, 16 years old and had CDJ 1000s, and everyone's like, dude, like, how do you afford that? I'm like, I mean, they were gifted to me, but
I got to give them back.
Yeah, I honestly, to getting to that, I had the CDJs, and like the whole setup, the DJM 500, Serato SL3. Like I started with Serato, like I was virtual DJ beforehand, but that was before any paid gigs. Because you're not going to walk into a paid gig and be like, hey, I got virtual DJ. Yeah. No shame on virtual DJ. But he showed up to my door my senior year of high school and was like, hey, I got to go to Bangkok and I need all my equipment. I kid you not. This guy showed up in an Uber Black XL, and me and my dad were the only ones home. He was like, I need you to get out of school, like, and I need to get my equipment. He showed up to my house in the Uber, and me and my dad loaded up all the equipment, and it was like 2 subs, 2 tops, the CDJs, the mixer, and like a bunch of other stuff. He's like, hey, like picking out of my arsenal of DJ equipment. That's mine. Like, dude, no, it's not.
They were getting ready for the Hangover 2 party, right? Wasn't that in Thailand, right? So
No,
your equipment was in the Hangover 2, right? That was Thailand.
Yeah, I think it was Thailand.
Yeah, Bangkok. Yeah,
That was the equipment. That's where they went.
probably.
They needed it in a hurry, bro. Mike Tyson needed that music, bro. He needed to throw down.
And you know, the funny part is the guy who was my protege at the time, or I was his protege, who came back and randomly took all the equipment out of being gone and MIA. His name was Mike. So yeah, but it was what it was. But yeah, I mean, after that, you know, just staying there, grinding, you know, working. And, you know, I also, you know, got an opportunity to play at Hunt's.
Yeah,
which is a local spot. You know, great food,
great
great
wings.
owners. Yeah.
Seriously, if you haven't, and this is not paid
And
at
you're
all.
a big wing.
Yeah, I'm
Shout
a
out
connoisseur.
Hunt's Wings. Go to Delco.
Are they
Get the
breaded?
wings. They are.
They are not breaded.
Okay, oh, I can go
Just
because I
baked, dude. They have
do
baked
baked,
wings.
oh really?
And dry rub.
I don't know how the procedure is, but significant. They're my favorite, hands down.
My favorite is when they bake them and then they fry them.
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, they do that.
Oh yeah.
Go in there. Go in
So
there.
the place
it'll
I'm
be in
at
my
Wednesday. Yeah, let me know when you guys want to go. I'll go.
Yeah.
I'm always down for
honor. I'm
wings.
there. I'm actually there every first and third Friday of the month.
So, okay, well, it can't be a
Except
Friday.
for next month.
My man's got a
Friday.
DJ. Come on now.
Except
I gotta
for
work.
February.
I gotta work. It can't be a
Yeah.
Friday. It could be like a during the week thing. We all get up and go get some wings. Maybe
I'm all for it. I'm all for wing
that.
night.
because I do Cuddies now on Wednesdays. I cover for
Saw
Nugget.
that.
Yeah,
Saw that.
which is
Bingo.
super
Yeah,
fun.
dude, I've been running bingo in media and
Yeah.
Delco since like 2021.
Yeah, it's fun.
So
Like,
much fun.
People love it. And
I'm
people come
not
out and play.
smart enough for Quizzo.
Yeah,
I
me
might
either.
host Quizzo, and like you've hosted Quizzo. I know he doesn't like the host Quizzo.
No,
but
no. I'll do the bingo and the other ones, but I won't do Quizzo because I have a hard time like reading shit on a paper.
I give
Yeah.
a full disclosure before any Quizzo shift I start. I read like I am not intelligent. I did not write these questions. I normally get like if I'm doing Quizzo, I just get the questions from either a service or somebody because I just don't book a regular Quizzo. I'm like I'd rather.
I got a good one
bingo.
for you for your next Quizzo then for like an extra point thing. Some guy we were so going off to my wing thing. I get wings on Wednesdays and now Kavanaugh's Rittenhouse has a wing night on Thursdays and their wings were my favorite when I was working with the other company, the company we couldn't name earlier.
Yeah.
When I was working for them, that was like my first residency, right? I was there every like Saturday or something. And I love their wings. And now that they relocated, my buddy's managing. He's booking me once a month. So I was like,
Nice.
I show love. My girl lives around the corner, so we go eat there every once in a while. The kids show up with a 1. So I was like,
that's dope. That's
my
love.
1 gig's done at 12. so I'm like,
I wish kitchens like stayed open that late. Like you want them late night cravings when you're done eating. You know what I mean?
And their wings slap. Like so good.
Might have to take a drive out there.
Cuddy's,
You know?
yeah, Cuddy's.
Yeah.
It's the same. Right,
Well, Cuddy's is Wednesday and Kavanaugh's is Thursday.
Cuddy's wing slap too.
Yeah,
Cuddy's wings.
dude. Oh, I can't wait for Wednesday.
We got a Cuddy's in our neck of the woods.
Yeah, I think so. I just found out they pay for the name, but it's a different. Everything else is different.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I.
Not even like the same food distributor. Like,
I don't
they would
think
have
so.
like the similar food account, like from like.
Yeah,
a
they
business
might.
standpoint.
I might be wrong, but I don't think so. I don't know that aspect, but I
Do we know which one was the original? Was
I
it
think the Manny Young?
the Manny Young one was the original?
Yeah, I think so. What the fuck do I know?
Yeah.
I'm just a podcast
Hey,
host.
listen. I
We're
mean,
just DJs.
I'm just a podcast host, but I'm also a wing connoisseur, as Aaron knows. I love wings. Like wings, I actually want to develop my own hot sauce. So if any hot sauce companies are listening, I actually want to interview one. Mammoth hot sauce, you ever hear those?
I have.
They just
Monmouth,
followed
New Jersey. Probably?
I'm not sure. They just followed my Talking with Tonka page. I was going to reach out to them because they're a small business and they do hot sauces. Maybe we can do a collab.
I mean,
Spice it
Can
up
you
a little
imagine a Talking with Tonka hot
I
sauce?
would sit that one out.
listen. I will say,
I'm a baby for the spice. I
Oh,
can't.
really? I
I like a threshold. Like once I break that threshold, I'm done.
I
love
like
hot sauce.
I love really, really hot stuff, but my favorite wings when I go to like Cabs is mild. Their mild is like
right.
Frank's wet with butter. It's just so good. And then I get their hottest sauce, and then I dabble in it when I get down to the bone part, and I just want to
So when the time comes for us to go down to Hunt's and you need to meet the owner, Vince, he does all the sauces are his family recipes that he's perfected over the years, and he has their hottest sauce is called Bite Me. I'm telling you, you'll thank me later.
that good.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
like that. So you get the Vinny's dry rub, which is their dry rub wing, and then you dip that in the Bite Me sauce. and it's night and day. We actually, if shout out Bob Kelly, we were just
you can actually watch Aaron eat that on Kelly Drives.
Yeah, he asked me if I'm a professional
shout out Fox and Bob
eater.
Kelly.
Yeah,
I slurped it right off the bone.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
I did the Buffalo Wild Wings challenge before.
What's that?
I ate hottest wings they have. You had to eat a dozen as fast.
You got to sign a waiver too.
What?
Yeah, I ate them in two. So I was the only one that wanted to do it in the bar. Right, so I'm doing it, and you have to make a time, and then someone yelled out, as I'm almost done, I'll beat his time. I did 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I did 12 wings.
Were you also DJing, or were you there for?
No, I was just there to hang out.
Okay,
yeah. It was we were watching a game, and they just asked if anybody wanted to do it. I'm like, yeah, sure, obviously, it's free wings, of course. But soon as I did that, so I was almost on my last wing, dude. Yeah, I'll beat his time. Beat me by 3 seconds. So I did. Sheesh. I went through that pain.
That's pretty good though.
The pain during and after. For a fucking headband.
Would you do it again? Would you do it again?
No. Every time I walk in there, I get sick. My stomach is like, it felt like I get bubble guts as soon as I walk in there.
At least you got something cool.
No, the headband lasted 2 days.
What did the winner get?
The winner gets a plaque on the wall with your picture and everything.
It?
Yeah, that's it. It's there forever.
Yeah, it's like when you go to Applebee's and your face is on.
And then when you go in, and then there's someone beats your time, they go above you, but your name.
But you stay
on the wall.
You know what? All right, then I think that pain would be worth it.
See, when I did it,
you should give it another try.
No, it's probably hotter now. It was years ago.
Why don't you do an episode where you try to break the record on pod?
Oh, jeez.
That'd be a little messy.
Yeah, it would be messy.
Get you some wireless headphones.
Interview you as you're going, see how you do. Mic you up, get you mic'd up, and
I do have wireless mics now.
Run with it, bud.
I mean, when I did it, I got a free T-shirt.
No, thank you.
And I put
you did it too?
I did it. Yeah, I did it in the one in Concordville on Route 1.
We do hot pepper eating contests.
Okay,
That's
huge.
Philly, I do a lot of hosting food festivals, like Taco Fest, Street Food Festival.
Yeah,
we're in Virginia Beach. We actually the Philly at Xfinity. I'm with that group.
Okay.
And it's a traveling act. Like literally, my turntables at the moment currently are in a truck on their way to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
No shit.
Yeah, my road case is on a truck to New Mexico right now. Yeah.
Holy shit, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I'm not in the levels where we get riders. We don't get. I'm not in the rider.
But they pay for you to go there.
But yeah, they pay travel, they pay the hotel, and they pay a shift rate basically.
So I would love to do something like that.
It's fun. It's just like the automotive shows that I do.
I got my first gig coming up. I know I really like to do this because I'm still nervous. I don't know about you guys, but
I get nervous
always, if I walk into a new building, doesn't matter. I get nervous. I still get like that.
That butterfly.
You should have saw me in my first Phillies game. I was shitting a brick,
dude.
I remember when I got told about that. I was like, dude, you guys are nuts. I was like, how do you even prepare for that?
You guys are. Yeah,
it was.
I have to wear a headset
struggle.
On the what's that like? Like I have to put a headset on, so I'm doing. I guess I could say it. I guess I can say it now. We can give you a.
Wait. Where is it?
I am the official DJ for bare knuckle boxing.
Holy shit!
We'll
nice, dude.
All right. First fight's going to be in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'll be DJing before the fight, and between the fights, and between the rounds.
That's fucking sick.
Then
dude.
I'll be in
They're
Hollywood.
Gonna be huge.
Oh
I'll be in Hollywood, Florida, February 2nd. So
and
I
was hoping that was going to happen with me when the LFL was around.
Yeah,
because I was their official DJ for the Philadelphia team. I couldn't even tell you what they were called. I don't even remember.
And it's the same company that does the food festival. So like all last year, I went to Texas, and it's all like the live property. So I did Baltimore live, but I was like outside set up in like a street set up. Like we had a wrestling ring next to us and everything.
Nine and Paulie did one. I want to say it's in like Kansas City where it's like outside and like the courtyard.
They're so awesome, man.
Dude,
They're
it's
so
fucking
much
wild.
fun.
It's
like
got
the
a crazy
one.
like.
I had him DJ one in Delaware. Brought him to DJ one. Oh
that's
yeah,
sick.
The Virginia Beach, which was fun.
That was
that's sick.
Wild.
The Virginia Beach, they go hard down there.
Yeah, that was one thing why I started this podcast. I want my voice to be heard. So like, hopefully somebody here listening is like, oh, that guy has a great voice. He'd probably be a good MC or something like that. You know what I mean? Get paid
record a demo. I'm telling you, like we were talking off air. Like record a demo. It's
like when you say a demo, what are you saying?
I almost don't want to play it on here, but I almost want you to hear it, just to hear what a voiceover. And I paid a lot of money for this demo too, because you're paying for the studio time. You know how much studio equipment costs. You saw the picture of the studio I was in. And you can. I have it on my website. Like literally, I found a second cousin reached out to me from New York because like all my family's based in New York. Like I'm the only one. It's like me, my mom, my sister. We're the only ones that live in like the Philly area. Like my mom, born and raised in Brooklyn, moved here when she was like in her 20s.
She would hate the interview I just did at the Sixers game.
No, she's
because I said what's more iconic, the New York pizza or Philly cheesesteak?
Philly cheesesteak. Just
Brooklyn, people in Brooklyn. I was raised by a Brooklyn family. I guess they're different. So they love Brooklyn. Like they love everybody. It's like don't get in my way. I don't get in your way. We don't. we just coexist. There's a lot of us. There's just so many people, and like it's a ton of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. Actually, it's been a long day for me.
The voiceover work.
Oh yeah. So the demo. You're reading scripts, so like it's like a commercial script. I did like a serious read. Like I got all close to the mic, right? Like, get the jewelry. She's gonna remember forever. Like it's all of it. It's basically showcasing your range. It's how far can you go? How upbeat can you be? Because we all have that announcer DJ voice. You know what I mean? We've all learned that. You've all heard that at this point. You know, time and a place. Read the room with it, even with your voice too. So it's
I sometimes like wedding companies will hire me just to MC weddings.
100%. And I did that with mixology before, and I'm actually I'll tell that story later. But it was I had a fun time MCing for him. But it was
it's MC at weddings is like a lot easier than DJing them.
Listen, I mean, I MC and DJ every wedding that I've done
by yourself.
Yeah,
fuck that.
Listen, I'm not gonna
I actually do as well.
I'm not opposed to bringing in an MC, but sometimes because I'm so weird about how I do my weddings.
Yeah, no, I get
someone
that
like that's why Josh and I we work so well together, because we know how we both work, and when I DJ and he MCs, it just like when we it just works. I don't know how to explain it because it just does.
I MC'd for him too.
So
my trick is I just don't say a lot. Everyone thinks because you're MCing, you got to get on the mic every song. You really don't.
I actually just had to tell this kid that I was working with at River Deck. I won't say
10%.
I won't say what the company is. His limit is little buddy. But he's like, man, I can't get these people to react to me. I'm like, because you're talking too fucking much.
You can't. Yeah,
I was like, he's like, what do you mean? I was like, listen, dude, I've been DJing 20 years. I've been MCing. Like less is more. The more only so many times you could say to put your hands up or where my hot girl's at. Like you can always say
where the bottle's at.
You'll make some noise.
I would rather you
60 people in the bar.
Right. I'd rather you shout out the bartenders more.
100
or do anything else. Don't stop worrying about the crowd so much.
Yeah. Buy shots. Take care of your bartenders. Take care of your wait staff. Like do the right thing here. We're all here to have a good time.
Less is more.
No one wants to hear you talk.
Right. Listen, at the end of the day, like
if they do, they'll hire you.
Yeah,
just to talk.
Yeah,
like, trust me.
like my residency now. I mean, from a college bar perspective, is Kildare's in Westchester, and literally everyone be coming up to me. Can you shout my girl out for her birthday? Like it's my girl. No. I literally, when I talk on the mic, unless it's like a special like event for like Halloween, New Year's or anything like along the such. It's literally my staff, my security. Make sure you're tipping your bartenders. You know what I mean. And stuff like that. But like, I don't really like, it's you give one girl a shout out for her birthday, and it's like everyone in the mother
reaction.
All have, I got a birthday.
So what I do to combat that is I was like, nah, I can't do it, but I'm gonna do a general shout out. So make sure you scream.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And then
I'm a softie. They take advantage. They can see my weakness a mile away.
Where you pull where my Capricorns and my Aquarius. Happy birthday. What they doing? Power 99. You know what I mean?
Right. Who's that guy?
Bring it back to the
Cosmic
Onyx.
Cosmic Kev used to on the
It's your birthday Thursday.
London from 96.5. Yeah, we were just talking about him the other day. I was like, it's your birthday Thursday.
Legendary. Legendary.
They were still using that when they fired him.
Dude, the Onyx commercials were the funniest. On Power 99 late night, it was like 25% wing, 25-cent wings.
Also, you can get shrimp.
Microphone signal coming in at 150%, just like screaming over everything.
Roxy. But Saturdays, Onyx, Sundays.
Yeah, you're just screaming. Then he started doing parking lot,
parking lots and car infomercials.
Yeah, like for used car lots. That's what I was trying to figure. I was trying to spit out.
I don't know what the guy's name was, but his voice was just like, you knew, all right, what commercial is he doing now? Like he's just, how close is he to the mic?
Yeah.
Like how much reverb and sound effects do you need?
Yeah, it was, oh man. But this is what I like about especially like interviewing people I know when they have a small business, is because a lot of people might not know of your backgrounds, right? Where you guys came from.
Yeah.
And then so that's what I feel like is important when people are learning about small businesses, right? So like they want to know the people behind it. Sure. So that's why we're going to get to your company as well, but I also like people to hear your guys' personalities and everything.
For sure.
They don't know you. You know what I mean? Just to show you like where the podcast is going.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Because like my biggest thing is I don't script anything. Everything is
love
just,
it. I love that.
We don't like scripts.
Yeah, I did a podcast with 4th and John. I needed to free up space on this memory card.
Yeah.
put it this way. I had an hour and a half left on this memory card. So I was like, going to tell you guys, we can't talk longer than an hour and a half. Now we can talk for 3 hours.
Let's go.
Just to put that in perspective, how long that podcast was. It was almost 2 hours, over 2 hours long. It was just me, Nick Johnson, and Gail Saunders from
Fun fact about Nick Johnson. See this logo on my chest?
Yeah.
He designed it.
He designed it.
So Nicky Who else?
He's supposed to do the studio logo. I'm still waiting.
Just take your look. Good things are, you know.
Good things don't come who those who win.
You guys are the second episode of studio sessions.
I'm loving
it.
I certainly appreciate it. I can appreciate the collection.
Yeah, I have to do. I have some couple other things in the works for the Back to the Future stuff behind you. Some of them are a little crooked. I don't know why, but I have the cars that go with each one. So I'm trying to find a way I can display the car with the poster. So I'm trying to figure that out.
You need to get yourself the hoverboard.
I have it.
Do you really?
It's in the closet.
That's awesome.
It's the prop one. It doesn't have like the magnets on the bottom, obviously.
Do you have the mags?
It's the official.
You have the sneakers too, don't you?
I have the fake ones. I have the fake ones.
I mean, do they light up?
Yeah, they light up.
Do they auto lace?
No, no.
Nah.
But the first ones that came out, when they did the eBay auction, put it this way. I was in a bidding war. I got up to like $5,800, and I still lost. That just shows you how expensive they were.
I mean, when
$5,800 was my all-time limit.
I will say I saw.
I mean, not to get personal, but is that like the most you've ever kind of bid on a set, or is that?
That's the only thing I've ever bid over $1,000 for. My most expensive sneaker is those Kobe's right there that I said I wore in the snow the other day, and vinyl puked on them.
You were probably definitely pissed.
Yeah, these are canvas, so they wipe right off.
Oh, all right, that's dope.
There's so much protectant on those things. I'm not too worried about it. But the Air Mags is still something on my bucket list to own, whether it's the auto lace pair that came out a couple years later or the originals. But I would only buy them if they were brand new, never worn.
Yeah,
I don't even care if they're my fucking size.
Yeah,
I just want them
just on display. Like when we did SneakerCon, working with Monster back in the day.
I was mad that you were there.
Yeah. I got to see them in person. The guy was like, "Yeah, you can hold them." I
had them in my store. I had them.
Well, he's like, "Yeah, these are the originals. Like, here's all the documentation." I mean, I'm not a sneakerhead by any means. Like, I got Jordans and the Nikes and the Dunks, whatever. But I had the Air Mags in my hand, and the guy's like, "Hey, do you know how much money's in your hand right now? It's a small house." I was like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah. He shot me a number, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but he's like, yeah, that's a small house.
Yeah.
And I think they were either 9.5 or 10.5, and I'm pretty sure in the shoe.
No, they only came in whole sizes.
Okay, then it was either a 9 or a 10.
Yeah.
But I know like that the 10.5s now are like in any shoe are like really sought after.
There's a reason for that though, because it's to make them more exclusive, one, and then more a broad range of people can get them, right? Because I know my 1 foot is slightly smaller than a 10.5, and my other one is perfectly a 10.5. So they did that for those kind of people.
Yeah, because I'm a 10.5, and I'm on the sneakers app or whatever, trying to get Dunks or Jordans or whatever, especially the 4s, because I wanted them pine greens for the SBs. Yeah. No, I didn't win that. I was really
not
pissed.
A big Dunk guy, but lately, man, I've been buying like runners, like comfy shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, old dad shoes, literally lately. And then my buddy, shout out to my boy Mosh. He listens once in a while. He's a sneaker customizer. He does like NFL players' cleats and stuff.
Oh, that's dope.
He has his own custom shoe out,
like airbrush, just airbrush.
He paints them, and then he makes his own custom shoes. Now I'll show you guys a couple pairs before I leave. I told him I was gonna get him a shelf in the wall on one of the walls here. So at one of the points I do, but. Anyway, but sneakers
Studio is lit.
Studio, yeah, I can't wait till Nick. I'm gonna put a neon sign up there.
It's gonna look awesome. Just let him take his time.
Yeah,
I might just don't rush a good thing.
I might have to just do it myself or pay someone on Fiverr to do it because Nick, he shared it. He shared what I shouted him out on Instagram. I was like, look, Studio sessions, like that. I would even take that.
He
studio
does
sessions.
a million things at once. Like, I've known Nicky for a long time.
Yeah, I had him on the podcast actually.
I sold him his first set of turntables.
Oh, really? Yeah. Me, him. I had Nugget co-host that episode. We did it over at Q.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I've been doing some stuff over there. I really like it over there.
Yeah, I love it, dude. Just keep doing it.
Like, that's there ain't no stopping this train. I got nothing else to
Double
do.
down.
I'm kidding.
Just keep on cruising.
That's why when you texted me earlier, I was trying to upload the episode I recorded last night.
Yeah,
because I've been trying to like double up my episodes so that your guys' episode will air probably second or third week in February.
Sweet.
I'm trying to think of the schedule, but I've been trying to, so I have to upload it to I have to literally USB connect it to the computer, and then it has to upload. Even though I'm not using these levers right here, these faders, it still exports it to the computer.
The mic's that's not an interface.
No, yeah, it's an interface. It's an audio interface, but
it can't run live. Like you can't run it.
I
on
could,
that
but
as we're going.
That's just too much work.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I make it feel it's fully audible, so I can take it anywhere. Right. So
it's like an all-in-one unit. Like you can do everything on.
I can actually edit it on here, but it's a pain in the ass. So I put it on here that I do all my final stuff.
Okay.
Right. So like last night,
what's your DAW?
What
your DAW? Like what? The workstation you're using.
Oh, it's Tascam. So they have their own editing program for this.
Yeah.
Because it's a multi-track editor. That's why I got it, right? Because I was doing all single track before. So say if his mic was hot, your mic was hot, and mine wasn't. Yeah. Oh, dude, I was fucking with that audio for days, and it sounded good. Yeah. I got it to sound good, thankfully, because I put limiters on it as we were recording. So like if you were too hot, the limiter was kicking you down.
Yeah.
So when I adjusted it, whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't want to get too geeky out.
No, dude, you're speaking his language.
Yeah.
My background is hearing, so I don't know if you knew that about me, but I've been a licensed hearing specialist for 13 years. So like I give hearing tests and I actually fit hearing aids.
Maybe I should get a hearing test from you then.
I own two hearing aid centers.
Oh wow!
I got one in Huntington Valley and one in Swarthmore. Shout out Hear in Harmony.
Yeah,
talk about small businesses, but that's what I did. You know,
what's your hearing tests?
Normally they're 150, but a lot of insurances cover it.
What if I don't have insurance?
When you're over 65, but no, you just
pop in. You got me.
Mention the government name. We got you.
Yeah, I love that because I would love to get my left ear checked.
But no, seriously, we got an office in Huntington Valley or Swarthmore.
Swarthmore would work.
Train. We was right by the train station. It's like right across the street from Swarthmore.
He checked my ears out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my left one's fucked. I'm telling you.
I mean,
I can't hear for shit.
Ruptured eardrum, you'd be surprised that you can still might be able to fit something. I know people think hearing it, like I carry, actually this year I'm working on another project of starting, I want to do more hearing protection. Like I want to start, I've spent years damaging people's ears in the clubs and the bars and all the gigs. I want to start doing it like the other way. You know what I mean? Like because there's earplugs you can wear that when I'm not DJing, I'll wear and when I get home at night, my ears aren't ringing. And it's beautiful to be able to fall asleep.
Yeah, my girlfriend has got a pair. They're like rings that go in your ear.
Dude,
he has
literally them. Like there's the non-custom ones. They work great, but the custom ones are always going to work better. Yeah, these little things right here. The little case thing.
Yeah, she's got those, Johns. I think the loop or something.
Yeah, they work so good. These guys.
Yeah, she's got those, Johns.
They're awesome. Dude. They're like when you're not working, just wear them. Just wear them.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have ringing in your ears, like shout out to anyone.
Yeah, mine doesn't ring.
Scene. Like noise-induced hearing loss is a real thing.
Yeah, because mine sometimes will hurt. Like my left one will hurt once in a while if I'm exposed for it too long. But now with the Phillies, I can't wear headphones. I have to wear an inner ear.
Yeah,
it's like the headset, right? So now I always DJ with an inner ear.
So is that in-ear monitor, right? You have
I only use one ear.
Custom one?
Nah, I got cheap hair off eBay.
You got it. Well,
that's what I use the in-ears. Yeah. I moved away from having the headphones because I always used the Beats. I had the Beats Pros by Beats by Dre. I had the Studios, and then I had these other ones, and then
these are my DJ headphones.
Yeah, I had those too. The V modes.
Yeah,
I had those too. And then my one buddy was like, "Dude, you try these in-ears because." Like I'm always wearing hats, but I don't know if it's just a weird shaped head or whatever. But I couldn't get my headphones to sit right because anytime I'd like turn or move, they'd fall off. And I mean, I couldn't tell you the amount of beats I've broke.
Yeah, you definitely snapped a pair of your headphones at Jocelyn's.
You did.
I have the technique. Well, I had the technique.
Yeah, he grabbed it. And
oh, dude, I went.
They were solos, beat solos.
Oh wow.
Whoops. Yeah, he's like, I was like.
My inner ears are $13 on eBay on Amazon.
Mine were $17. They're purple and blue.
I'm hoping to get a custom pair
purple
this
and
year.
blue.
They're honestly probably the same ones. Show me a picture. You got them?
Yeah, they're right here. This one right here.
I'm getting a custom pair this year.
Yeah, the SSTs or whatever.
Speaking that into, dude, I need it because even at Louisville's live. I don't know if you've been there.
No,
but it's almost like the gallery. Remember the guys like just built into the structure that's already there. And the one they had me on this one side stage, and it was just bouncing. There was a wall maybe 60 feet away from me.
Yeah.
So I was just getting crushed with it. Even with the in-ears, my ears were shot.
They don't have the proper sound.
Custom in-ears. I can't wear the filters.
I couldn't wear I can't wear headphones with the headset. It was a pain in the ass. So I just started using the inner ears. And
what are those comms like? Like, what are they talking about? Like, are they if you're allowed to give me,
So
I'm fascinated by that.
What we work for is a company inside the Phillies called Fanavision. Anything that goes on that big screen, right? Anything that humongous screen now. Sure. That's like
Thing's huge.
They could fit 657 fanatics standing on each other's shoulders up and down.
Play some Call of Duty on that screen.
Yeah, they actually did when they first got it. The production guys did. Yeah, they played Call of Duty. But
that's dope.
So they're basically saying, camera 3, that's a good shot, like stuff like that. And they're like, Tonka, we're coming up on 2 outs. We have a, down at the farm plug, and then you're going to be on for this amount of seconds, and this is what we need, right? So when visitors are coming up, they want top 40, and they tell you what the vibe to be like. So if we're losing, high energy all night. But if we're winning, it's like, yo, have fun, play whatever the hell you want. And then when the home team comes up, it's all high energy stuff.
Yeah,
because they all pick their songs, right? I mean,
we don't do that part.
What, really?
So we only do the right before the walk up. So
gotcha.
During certain games we get a minute and a half, and then MLB and Apple TV games we get over 2 minutes. So it's enough for like 2 songs.
Yeah.
And then minute and a half you got like maybe 1 drop, and then you can cut and do some other stuff on top of that. But we don't get a lot of time. Our biggest shine is before the game. We play for the whole stadium.
Yeah.
And then we bring the Phillies out onto the field with something. Nice. Yeah. But that's all they're talking. They're just talking.
Yeah, and the in-ears just make it that much
make it easier, so I don't have to take my headphones off. Or if I have people there like hanging out, I just take the inner ear out and put it down, and then when I need it, just put it back on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, so it's like it's so much easier.
A lot of the times, I don't even like wear my headset. Like if I'm feeling it, like if you're in in your groove, just give me the monitor.
Yeah, so
give me the monitor, give me the booth. Like
so that's the thing with the booth monitor, I can't hear
with the
it.
Earplugs.
Well, no, with the I can't hear it because the stadium is so loud.
Oh yeah.
So I have to have.
You just gotta trust your levels.
Yeah, I gotta have it because I'll have that thing blaring, but because this is my bad ear, this is where the headset is, so I can't hear shit.
Now, do they have you mixed? Like, are you going into another mixer, or is like I'm going
I'm hot all the time, but I'm going into a mixer inside the booth. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Brian's still the audio engineer.
Yeah, Latosha.
Yeah, he's
a Silver Fox.
Yeah, he's a great friend.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's a crazy audio engineer, I'll tell you.
Yeah, he couldn't help me with my idea though.
What was the idea?
Well,
or are you allowed to say?
Yeah. So I like I said, I have these wireless mics, right? But it's for my iPhone.
Gotcha.
So I was like, I wonder if there's a way to like figure that out to put it in here, but there's not. Because it's like it's a lightning adapter. It'd be so many adapters to get it to work.
Yeah, you don't want to do all that.
Right. So I could probably just hook up a couple Sures. You know, I have a cheap Pile one that I have as a backup mic. I could use something like that to do a wireless thing. And eventually I'm going to have to because I have like a barber thing I want to do. So this is an exclusive right here. I'm going to drop it. I think coming. I think it's going to come. Small business should be done by the end of February. And then I want to go into barbers, right?
Nice.
That'd be dope.
I have a lot of barbers that I know.
Pick a mullet barber there.
Yeah.
So I'm rocking a mullet onto this cap.
Yeah,
but it's
okay.
I got a good female barber out of Delaware County that has some crazy hands when it comes to doing shape-ups and skin fades and everything.
Right? Okay. I'll definitely reach out to you and because I would get back to this, especially people that have been working forever and they have like challenges, right? And how they got there.
For sure.
Right. So my buddy LB, I'm going to have him on. I'm actually doing his business first.
Nice.
And then I'm going to have him showcase one barber on that episode that I'm going to do the barbers. Right.
That's dope.
So someone's already doing it, but they're doing it the reverse way.
Sure.
The barber is the one hosting it, right, at the podcast. So I'm going to host it, but I'm getting my hair cut by different barbers.
Nice.
So
wait, they're all going to cut your hair at the same time? Like
No. Each episode is different barbers going to cut my hair.
Separate. Oh,
that's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah. So like now there's a barber that has a podcast, but his guests are in the chair.
Have the tightest neck in the city.
Right.
You're going to be shaped up.
That had to be every 2 weeks.
You're going to be pristine.
Yeah.
Take some new headshots there.
I'll probably get free haircuts out of it. But
book some headshots.
Yeah. Right.
I'll update them.
Yeah. I definitely need to.
Dude, if you're going to be looking clean,
I need some headshots. I've been using the same pictures for almost like 2 years now.
Mine, you wouldn't believe it, but me and Eddie, DJ Nine, shout out to my boy Nine, we shot mine and his in his girl's hair studio down in the basement of his house. And we took there's a corner of the wall, it's both white, and we have a ring light shooting. Everything else is turned off. We have a ring light here and a ring light coming from both sides, and we just take the pictures with his camera like through the ring light.
Dude, really? he did my he has all the gear. Like
Yeah.
literally,
That's
bro,
the
we
funny
did
part.
it at my office. Like, so I have like a backdrop, so we have like acoustic panels.
Yeah.
It's because we use headphones for when we're testing. We don't have a soundproof booth,
Right.
because a lot of people are claustrophobic, especially senior citizens. Like that's our majority of our business. That's our clientele is 65 plus. So we do like an open booth with noise canceling headphones, and we have like a sound meter just to make sure like the ambient noise doesn't go above like the testable amount.
Yeah.
But the one panel we use, you flip it around, it's a backdrop. And we just
nice.
used that. He just came in with the lighting. We did my staff, like the hearing aid center staff for the new website. I did like my updated like professional headshots, and then like went and shaved real quick, and then did like my DJ headshots.
Like literally in the back room, shaved up real quick.
For like my professional ones, because I got to do it for I actually do hearing tests digitally, like online through I'm partnered with a company called Hear.com.
Oh
wow. And I've all over the state, like, because I'm licensed within the state, so I can do it within.
This is like a dual podcast.
Well, it's all the same, man. Hearing and sound.
We're plugging your other business too.
Sound is all the same. It's just
you could probably help my dad out. He just got these hearing aids from the VA.
Yeah,
and he has to go back to get them adjusted.
Correct. That's the one. Yeah, that's standard. Probably 3 to 4 times gonna have to go back.
Wow.
Sound is subjective. So like, and that's why DJing kind of ties it all together.
He's like, I can hear the refrigerator running,
and that's good, because his brain, like, we are getting into that, but the way I was able to learn the hearing aid world, it was so a hearing aid is a microphone and a speaker. Think of it.
Yeah.
What do we work with? Microphones and speakers. There's crossovers. There's compressors. It's digitally tuned. It looks like an actual mixer on the inside.
No shit.
And the inside programming of a hearing aid looks just like that mixing board.
Well, this is a perfect transition to Boombox Philly.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Right? See how I did that?
Wear your ear protection.
See how I did that? I was waiting for this moment to transition. Because we were talking about like microphone, mixer, a speaker, Boombox Philly. How did it come about?
Well,
yeah, Aaron, you start this one.
45 minutes in of us fucking around.
Sorry, guys. That's what happens when you bring an MC in.
Very true.
Just don't shut up. And you fed me a caffeine drink.
Yeah, you're not gonna sleep tonight.
I'll sleep like a baby.
Me too. I'll be up playing Call of Duty for a little bit.
Such a baby.
But yeah, like getting into Boombox. So as a DJ myself, as well as all of us sitting here, I've always had this urge to be able to have something that was deployable and made outside events easy.
Great name. That great word choice.
So I wanted to have something, because I was doing outdoor events like pretty much every single summer, every weekend. And then I would, doing bar gigs, club gigs, at night. But it was always just terrible being out in the hot sun, because like, yeah, okay, you're gonna do a 12-foot by 12-foot 10 or a 10-foot, whatever. Or if the client provides one, or then you have to have the struggle of finding power.
Yeah.
Or
clean power.
Yeah, clean power. If that, and then you're running 100-foot, 200, 300-foot of extension extension cable, and from a technical standpoint, anything over 50 feet, if it's a 20 amp circuit, you're not even getting 20 amps out of it because of voltage drop over a course of a certain amount of feet. So
he knows it all. I'm telling you, bro. He built, like, he is the brains behind all of this.
So
100%.
So where this really came to be is, Josh and I was doing an event that I do for Tinicum Township every year. It's their community days. I pretty much do pretty much all their community days. And it was actually the night of the Motley Crue concert. That happened, what was that, almost 2 years ago now?
2021.
Yeah. So I asked Josh to help me MC this party. There was an outdoor event, and I know I just wanted to focus on the music and have Josh do, all the interactions with the kids and the.
It was the 4th of July. It was like pageantry, doing the announcing of the, the typical, announcing float winners and stuff like that. So it was a lot of that.
Another thing is, I don't like bees. I'm petrified of bees because I got attacked when I was a kid. And we're set up like in this Cub Scout clubhouse.
Oh boy.
Like on the deck.
Bee Central.
And and there's wasps and hornets everywhere. And I'm like dipping and diving, like I'm freaking out. But they also like not gave us a hard time, but like, hey, like, we don't want your truck up on the grass, or they you can't drive up on the grass. So that's, and I'm like, you want us to set up here? I'm not, like, I pulled up on the grass anyway. I was like, so I'm not dragging my equipment, from all the way over there to all the way.
Two tops and a sub. Yeah, we had.
I mean, it was a lot.
Sub.
So we met up later on that week, and we're at Hunt's, and we were kind of like, banged up from drinking Seattle iced tea. Shout out to them.
I wouldn't say banged up. We were, we were creative. We were in the creative zone.
We were creative mindset.
We were entering the creative zone.
I mean, I was definitely
the tease. That's what I'll do to you.
Yeah,
get you creative.
But we drew it out on a napkin, and collectively, Josh and I came up with a bunch of different names, and then Boombox just kind of made sense.
Yeah,
because one of the things that I looked at was more of a retro standpoint, because that was like the whole backing of our logo design
100%.
with the design of the wrap, by Nicky J, because he did our wrap, he did our logo, he did all the design work for the actual look of the trailer.
It looks dope.
Yeah, that was one of the things I since, like I said about your shoes, like I like very loud shoes. I wanted the trailer to look loud and catch your eyes, like I've brought it to Dining Under the Stars and media, working with State Street Pub, and and I've had people like I don't even know who they are find me on Instagram like, dude, I just saw your trailer. This thing's sick. Like, I don't even know them. They're just capturing it. Like, couldn't tell you the amount of times I've been driving up and down the highway for different events, and I'm getting snaps and DMs like, dude, what is this? Like, I've had people, like, from our automotive shows that are like, dude, that's sick. Like, I had it.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Like, yeah, and I didn't have it in usage or deployed for my most recent truck show, which was in Atlantic City, which is the Atlantic City Truck Meet. It was just there. It's a stationary rig. Because
it's a trailer. It can still haul gear. Like, we don't have to deploy it as boombox. It's a trailer. So if we have a large gig, we can load up. Like,
we need
if you need us, we literally build it for other DJs. Like, we to kind of touch base on what Aaron said when we were doing that gig. That was during like the height of COVID still. They were still doing all the outdoor. Remember all those restrictions, like, oh, you can't be within 50 feet with like a cigarette behind your ear or something. Like, all the, your face mask can come on at the table, but you can't have 20% occupancy.
Yeah,
it was during all that just stupid time. And we're like, you know what, dude, fuck this. And I was like, let's just do something geared towards outdoor events that most gig DJs don't have access to. Because like I said, I've been here a long time. I've never had the budget for that kind of gear. Like, I can't afford that gear. Like, I just did. Some of the stuff is very expensive. Like, it's because they know, the manufacturers know we use this for work.
Yeah.
Once you add the word work on there, then they just jack up the price because they know we're using it for work.
Like, this was a big investment. This mixer board was a big investment. It pays off.
So for sure. Its weight in gold. And that's what we said with Boombox. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. If we're doing it,
we got to do it.
let's just swing for the fences, dude. Who's going to tell us no? Like, it opens up the world to us at this point. Like, because we've all worked in clubs. We've all been following formats in certain gigs because gigs are gigs. Not every gig's open format, guys. All right, sorry to ruin any aspiring DJ's dreams. It's not all open format.
Right.
There is a business side.
As we wish that it was open format and we could play whatever we want. Because I know, Tonka over here likes his Michael Jackson. He could play it all night if he wanted to.
I could listen to all you guys DJ
that
all
pop
night.
punk, man. I just all day long.
Yeah, pop punk. Yeah.
Yeah, I just started a pop punk night. And
I want to talk to you about a pop punk idea. I want to talk to you about it off air though, for like setting up a show for the summer. It's going to involve Boombox.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Okay.
I think you're the right.
Sign me up. I'm already in.
We got the right.
I'm already there.
Dude, wait. I don't want to say
idea.
the venue name just because I don't want to, count my chickens before they hatch.
Yeah.
But it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. And I do pop punks as well. I did one at the Grog in Villanova, near Villanova's campus about a month ago now. And I've always done, because, you have like DJ does his emo night on the Mooshaloo.
Yeah.
You have your pop punk night. I was like, let me just try a different name. And I was like, why don't I just do, Off the Wall, a Vans Warped Tour tribute.
Okay.
Because I did an emo night at Hunt's, I think, a couple years ago. And of course, there was someone that came in for it. And I was playing, I think I was playing like something that wasn't like Saves the Day type emo. And he's like, this isn't emo. I think I was playing like Jimmy Eat World or something. He's like, this isn't emo. I'm like, bro, come on. You're going to do that to me right now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
There's always that one guy. There's always somebody.
So that's why I kind of modeled mine, because Pop Punk's Not Dead is a saying from Newfound Glory.
Yeah.
And they were more pop punk than emo, right? So I gear mine more towards, like, I would, people, when they request something more emo, I'm like, listen, this is more of the popular punk stuff, not emo, right? So it's more pop punk that you would hear on Lithium or Pop Rocks on Sirius XM, or you would hear it on the radio, you know what I mean, of some facet. You know what I mean?
Such a wide genre, but I don't know if you've heard this like street name for it, but they call it dad rock now. Someone called, I don't know where I think I was in
Dad Rock.
I think in like Virginia Beach. So I was playing like, I think like Girls and Boys by Good Child or something. Like, oh, Dad Rock. I'm like, shit. And like, it was.
You got to rock them dad shoes when you play that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You gotta rock.
Sounds like I'm the perfect guy for this party.
Like,
Dad Rock. That's interesting.
Because If you think we're kind of at that, I mean, I'm not a father. Like, I don't think I'm a father, but I don't.
Yeah. I don't think I am.
There's been a lot of drunken nights at bootleggers, not JJ bootleggers. Widener bootleggers.
Yeah, the original bootleggers.
The old bootleggers.
Interesting.
Yeah, that place. I mean, I wasn't even of age doing electrical and lighting in there with a company. The things that I saw in there before 9 o'clock were. Wow.
But jumping back to Boombox, we just wanted to do it right. And we're like, you know what? We're tired of being told what we can do, when we can do it, how we can do it. We can't be denied at this point. Like, let's build something to where we're going to catch heads. We're going to turn people, you're going to know where you're at. You're going to know what you're looking at. And we didn't want to just look good. We wanted it to sound good. So we hooked it up with the QSC rig. Aaron is a wizard with this stuff. Like, without him, dude, I would have blown the speakers because I'm not a sound guy. They don't really teach DJs that. Luckily, I was taught that early on in my career to just, if there's a sound guy, listen to whatever the heck they have to say, and they'll make you sound great. Yeah. It's that simple. Like, you don't have to, if they tell you not to redline, don't redline. They tell you where to stop at that level. You're going to sound good. So without Aaron, like, it wouldn't have been how it is. And then we built it, and we ran into, like all small businesses do, we had a couple bad contractors. Yeah. Because we learn when you buy trailers, you can't just, when you start customizing it, it's on your own. Like, you're
it's it.
And these trailers, we bought this in 2022, right? Peak inflation.
Yeah, peak inflation, which really.
So whatever.
I'll say it again.
That's
yikes.
Because
we got a 2023 trailer, so we bought it in 2022.
That trailer, with not all the options that we have, because what happened was, I got the story after the fact. An older guy bought it to pull his side by sides. But he didn't like the color. He ordered it one color.
The color was hideous.
They screwed the color up.
It was black and red. Disgusting. Yeah. It was just...
Which, I mean, if you're someone who's literally using it to tow the side-by-sides, the dirt bikes, four-wheelers, whatever, I mean, you'd be surprised. Two-tone's kind of a thing in the automotive world. But, it was what it had, diamond plate, ramps, it had a non-slip floor, which is what we needed, but it's really hard to clean, to believe it or not, even though they said it's like really, I mean, I'm not going to bring a power washer in there because like Josh said, we had some problems with some contractors, and I basically had to teach myself electrical, like, to a T, because I was under the assumption, being that this was a business, that we needed to get inspected for our insurance.
It is like it's a small I mean, you've seen it's a DJ booth. It's it's a legitimate DJ booth.
Yeah,
like,
so
it has. We're making we've constantly making changes.
Yeah, constantly.
We dealt with all the hardships that everyone else. I mean, I didn't deal with this with the hearing aid center, but this is something. And I kept telling Aaron this, like, this is something new. There is no blueprint to go by. Nope. Like, we are writing this blueprint right now, and that's what we did the whole way. We're like, I still half the time don't realize what we did, because it's
I think it's incredible. I was like, there's nothing like it.
I think
one of a kind.
Touching on when we had Courtesy and Nine come out for the Poor Decisions,
their tailgate party. That thing was
like
wild.
they walked in, they're like, dude, this is sick, because it was the first time they both saw it in person, and they were like,
it was only our second show, our third show. Like, we just finished it over the summer. Yeah. And then Club 215 reached out to us, I think, like in August, and we didn't we weren't sure what we were doing for the Eagles games. Like, we knew we were going to party, but we didn't really.
We just didn't know what direction we really wanted to go and where the possibilities of the tailgate, and just the party atmosphere alone, on how it would take off. Because, seeing what parties and what tailgates were previously happening in that in that lot years prior, there was like, okay, like, how do we have our own style without anyone saying, oh, like, you copied us or this or that, because that's not what
we knew Boombox was going to do that. That's I didn't even
we want it to be different.
Quite frankly, like, this might be a hot take, and throw shade if you want, but sitting outside of those parking lots takes forever, man. Like, when you see us for those gigs, bro, we're there at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not there, you don't get a spot. That's what I'm saying. Like, I like that we introduced Boombox during Eagle season, but, like, it's a lot.
It's a long day.
It's like a 2-day operation, and quite frankly, if it were up to me, like, I'd rather throw other parties. I'd rather throw a boom. Whoops. Yeah, I guess I was about to throw a party there.
Yeah, you were looking around like, what the fuck?
Was wait, it's
not my phone.
But, like, seriously, like, there, because I tow it, and It's a lot because I'll be DJing at a bar till 2 a.m, and quite frankly, there were a couple games. Josh was out doing his food.
Well, we're
festival
DJs
stuff.
as well. Yeah,
So
I
he's
wasn't
out
even
doing
there.
his thing, making his money, and then I'm like by myself. So I'm like, I'll be get done in Westchester at 2 a.m, but I don't get out of there till almost 3 because we're packed and I'm not gonna walk through a crowd of people, get my equipment out.
It's a long day.
It's a long day, and then I go right home, swap cars, grab my truck that's already hooked up to my trailer, and I'm right to the stadiums. So like I'm up all day Saturday and then right into Sunday, and then we, get done, and then we go to Hunt's and grab food, and then we go home. But it's like it's just a long day, and I guess there's
you could nap, I'm assuming, in the parking lot.
Nope.
You think so? The lights are so bright down there. Like,
No,
you
okay.
really,
I've
I
tried.
suck at sleeping too.
I've
Like
tried
I'm already
sleeping,
not
waiting.
good at it.
Nope. But the thing is, like Josh said, when it comes to the performance side, I have to be on top because of like whoever is playing. Because I don't like redliner.
Because we're on a generator, so that changes stuff already.
Oh, yeah.
So we're running generators, so we have to stick to our levels. And I don't know the X's and O's, but I know Aaron does, and whatever he tells me, like I don't care who's DJ. And that's the thing, like with Boombox, it is like our own little club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can reach over you while you're DJing if you're redlining our gear and bring you down your main, like your main level.
Because the way I look at it, and from an audio perspective, and the way our gear is just expensive, and like I have
keep it nice.
I have like
so everyone else can enjoy Boombox.
we have the full digital Allen and Heath mixer. We have the drive rack that's and everything about our trailer is all iPad control.
Yeah, we can wire up we can wire up acts. Like we're not
do
just
32 channels of audio.
And we're just scratching the surface. And that's what I was trying to get into. Like with Boombox, we're still really figuring out kind of
How to market it.
We know we want to keep it towards DJs because we want it just to be for us. Like it's for us. I mean all of us. I mean everyone Aaron ever knows. Anyone can reach out to us. Like we're doing open bookings because I want local DJs and Philly DJs and all of us to be able to say, hey, we have this in our back pocket. So now you can confidently go to a client and say, I don't need a sound production team. I have Boombox. And you go there to your gig with that, all within the budget, because once we get our prices all online, it's going to, we're going to have like the B2B stuff, and then we're going to have with us as the actual talent, because we are also talent as well.
Yeah.
So, but I kind of did as more of a rental, like really, because it's
built by DJs for DJs is the way I kind of look at it.
That should be your slogan.
I mean, and that's kind of how we.
And
I liked bringing the beats to the streets. That was kind of.
I like both.
That's kind of like because
I like that as well.
I can't wait for summer. Like if there's anybody listening to this who wants to throw an awesome party, like we can handle. You've seen them, like up to probably like 200 people, 300 people.
Yeah.
In an outdoor setting. So if you got a big parking lot and you want to throw down, hit us up. Like,
and quite
down.
frankly, it sucks.
You could bring your own DJ.
Yeah,
showing up with a boombox at a party. You know what I mean?
We weren't able to test it on New Year's, but we're at the point now where I'm moving towards trying to get like a way where I can run upwards of 6 subs and then probably 4 to 6 tops and be comfortable so we can cater to them high number parties. So like if we're in a lot and like, we don't want to limit ourselves by telling a client that owns a big property that we can only do 300 people. We
want to do a speaker array maybe. So you don't have to worry about doing many too many.
Josh mentioned, we are outfitted with QSC audio, and I've been in contact and like emailing back and forth with their marketing team over in California about a way where how we can work together. Not necessarily
slap a QSC sticker on a boombox. With the old school boomboxes, just boom, slap. We got sponsorship opportunities available too.
Because there's a lot of things being that in today's market, if you don't have a social media following, no company wants to work with you.
No,
I am the worst.
I'm just not. And what's crazy is, and what I saw a lot over COVID is like a lot of these, bedroom DJs, and this is how this all ties in. It's like they're like good showing on TikTok and Instagram Reels and Facebook Live. But like I've seen a lot of these,
I can't do half that stuff.
Like these TikTok guys play live, and it's like, what, you got 20,000?
Yeah, it's terrible.
And this is not like
I believe it or not, I actually kind of like it because it's still tried and true. I'll say it's always harder. I don't know if you guys agree, but I've said this from day one. Like if I'm in a bigger spot, I feel like it's easier. Like I feel like when there's more people, it's easier.
Well, I think what he's saying is they're more of like doing their mashup live, but they can't play the whole night.
True. That's kind of what I was getting at.
Like that dude with the mask set.
He got called out big time. He played at Roar nightclub. And
and he was playing pre-recorded shit.
and he got a lot of hate for that.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, there was a couple individuals on TikTok that were doing
Maybe
that.
not fully pre-recorded, but like I get if you're new to a spot and you don't want to screw up.
Do you remember the Super Bowl mashup?
like-
that whole thing from TikTok?
Nah.
The Super Bowl mashup. They did so it was the one with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and all that. And then the guy,
The Rams, when the Rams won.
Oh
the guy was doing it supposedly live on TikTok, but you could see that his waveforms weren't matching because it was all done on Ableton on the back end. He got a bunch of shade for it. You know,
It's a Super Bowl. What do you mean? Like
no, it wasn't at the Super Bowl. He took the Super Bowl was over, and within a couple days he had a mashup on TikTok. Said, "I'm going to recreate blah 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 blah." I mean, listen. It still, at the end of the day, takes a lot to do that in Ableton or whatever. Like, it's not an easy process.
Yeah, it's no shade against them. It's just it's just showing you, like, let the real DJs DJ the night, and then you be the special act. Don't
100%.
Yeah.
Drop your set, come in, play a set, party, and have a good time. Like, we're at the end of the day, we're all there to have fun.
Oh, yeah. And the way I look at it and the way I was brought up and the DJs that I were around growing up, like Josh and
no, I'm not on that list. I've been there just kind of in a different way.
My buddy, let's shout out to DJ Move, Louis T.
I just ran into Move a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Ernest. Get out, shout out to
y'all
Ernest.
two got to have a dance battle. I want to see you two have a dance.
I would love that.
Those days they're lumbered for me.
But yeah, no, I looked up to a lot of DJs like growing up. And
I still do.
I still do.
But the whole community inspires me.
The way I look at it is like a lot of ones. Oh, like I get people tell me all the time, "Oh, like you're the best. You're this. You're so." I'm like, listen, I look up to a lot better individuals.
I mean, that's why we built this. We literally bringing it back to Boombox. Like we built this for all of us. Like it's
for all
it's
talent
for
levels.
us. Like
I love the slogan that Aaron came up with. Like if for a secondary, like when you're like how I do my weddings, right?
Yeah.
I have brochures where I have wedding breakdowns, and then I have another one with like add-ons, right?
Okay, like a menu, kind of like a menu
exactly.
style.
So you could market Boombox like that, right? So say if you're doing outdoor events and you give a breakdown, and then if a DJ wants to rent it, right? Then you give a DJ breakdown, and then your slogan on top, built for DJs by DJs. Yeah, you know what I mean, you can still use that kind of thing. So market it different for different people.
And that's kind of what I was thinking of because of the way myself. And Josh is like, we don't like, this is something so new and it's so different. Like that was the whole thing about being like different, but also being that wow factor and bringing that like, holy shit, like that's cool. But we also want to make it like usable for all types of, what's the word I'm looking for? All different types of performance level of DJing, from beginner to experience.
So that's what I wanted to touch on with you. Like earlier, I was saying you want to add like different tops and stuff like that. Why not, instead of worried about like adding tops, right? How about you add on like clamps on top of the thing where you can have like a speaker array instead. Because they're smaller, more compact.
That's what I was going to touch on with QSC, because they now have the new L series, and they have an 8-inch version and a 12-inch version, which are like really power efficient, being that we are on a generators type power. And quite frankly, we have a 9,500 watt inverter generator that gives us about 8,600 to 8,700 watts of actual continuous power. If we get into like, a bunch of my DJ friends have RCF line arrays, the HDL6s and HDL10s. Yeah. And they're lightweight, they're compact, and you can do 3 aside and then do their single dual 18 in the center and, do 1,000 person event without a problem. The only thing is, RCFs, when I used them, when I worked for a production company called Genetic, they were a little power hungry. Things might be different now with newer models since it's been a while. They just recently, when that was in 2019, they moved down to Tennessee. But when they were just power hungry. Where QSC, and I've had QSC for probably since the K line came out, the K series. HPR was beforehand, but they're very power efficient. Like I had 4 K12 tops on one 15 amp circuit and ran them at full peak volume without a single ounce of I'm going to blow a circuit. I had no question in my mind that they were going to pop a circuit. And that's why I want to stay more on the QSC side of things, to be able to be confident that I'm not going to overheat or overload my generator, which would shut the whole system
I love that
down.
you're thinking about that ahead
Bro,
of time.
he's, like I told you, without him, like if it was just a couple DJs who didn't have this kind of background that he does, we would have blown it up. 100%. Like, we I don't know, but I've redlined gear. Like we all redline. I see I see everyone's stories they post on Instagram.
I have a
hard to see the red line.
That rechargeable generator, the Jackery.
Yeah,
Oh,
Josh,
dude, I
Josh
love
loves
them.
the
I love-
Jackeries.
I love
Yeah, I use it for like wedding ceremonies.
100%,
Right? So
yeah.
it's enough to power 115 EV top,
Mhm.
like old John, the wood cabinet.
Yeah,
That's
he
what I-
has them. The ELXs.
Nice rig,
Yeah,
bud.
they're like
Nice rig.
they're like 15 years old. They're still work. I have
Yeah,
like
the ELX line. Yeah,
I've gotten them the both amps replaced only once in either one. So
beautiful.
I'm good for another 15 years. So I power one of those Shure wireless mic, and I powered a guitar amp for an acoustic act too
that's dope.
for an hour, and it still had 60% left.
Nice.
Yeah.
So like.
I got two sizes.
But when I was pricing that out, when I was figuring out the wattage I needed it and stuff, that for that specific event is it's not why I bought it. I bought it for the Phillies rally buses because they didn't have generators at the time. But
Well, you're a tech guy too, right? Like you guys.
yeah. So I had to figure out
yeah.
wattages and like how much I would need
Yep.
and like how much battery you would take up and stuff like that. I'm
that's
not
for
like,
you too.
I'm not a wizard like Aaron, but like I figured it out.
I was
Just a lot of
around,
math.
yeah.
That's all it is.
I was just around a lot of like my dad was a computer whiz when I went through a Windows XP manual like cover to cover, in 7th grade and then built a PC in 8th grade. Like
Yeah.
I learned a lot from my dad, but I was just always around audio and like technology. Like
Same.
I just loved music. Like I was a drummer. Like I started banging
Same.
on pots and pans, when I was 2 years old, and then, did, the drumming in middle school, went into doing marching band in high school. I played in jazz band. I played in Disney, all 4 years in their festival, electrical light parade in the Magic Kingdom, as well as jazz band at downtown Disney. We touched on like knowing each other's backgrounds and how we got this started and how we became DJs and doing the whole boombox thing. But, playing in downtown Disney is not something that anyone gets to do. You have to be asked to play there. And that really brought into like, I got into the DJing because, my dad and my grandfather were record heads and like they had all the records, going through, they had the original 1200s, and just listening and going back and forth on the old analog Panasonic mixer. And then, getting into all of it, it just grew and grew and grew, and I just knew this was something that I was going to do. But what made me pursue this more and like strive to be better is when I was in grade school, my computer teacher told me I would never be a DJ and I would never make money being a DJ, and that it was just
That's all you need.
Shout out that teacher now.
What's his name?
What was her name?
What was her name?
I don't remember what her first name was, but her last name was McIntyre.
Karen McIntyre.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's actually probably what her
that was-
first name
but
was.
that
Sorry if your name's Karen. I don't.
But that was my thing. Like that was what made me strive to be better and prove them wrong that I would be someone as a DJ. Like, in this, like I might not be a huge social media person and I don't do much in the city anymore. But when it comes to my automotive shows,
because your truck is huge. There's nowhere to park that.
no, I'm talking about.
We figured that out on the way here.
Yeah,
Literally,
no,
we
I'm
left
talking
we
about
left
from a
the Cavs
booking.
River Deck shift because we couldn't find a parking spot.
Oh, yeah,
and
true.
they wouldn't give
Yeah.
us a spot out front.
Yeah, true.
They're like, you can't park here. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go find parking, and then I just left.
Yeah,
I literally
dead
texted.
ass.
I texted the contact to book me. I'm like, so
They didn't give us parking.
there may not be anything tonight.
Yeah.
I tried finding a parking spot out front.
I told them when they booked
Gave
me
me a hard time,
They
and-
booked me on parking out front, and they or I'm not playing.
That's what
there.
it was supposed to be.
That's
So
what. Yeah,
then
I'm like, I'm not parking my truck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not parking 2 blocks away and then coming back. Either my truck's gone or broken into. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm parking in your little front lot, or I'm
Because
not
they
playing.
closed that lot, right? I feel like there was a whole parking lot right
There
next
was.
to it. Like,
There was that. It was.
they closed
yeah,
that
they
lot.
closed it.
But
Are
now
they doing anything with that? Like,
I don't. Who knows?
I'm so.
They're-
I have no idea what's going
the
on.
riverfront is prime real estate right now.
So
Yeah, it is.
awesome. I really do love it down there. Like, it's a fun.
I wouldn't be
it's a fun
surprised if
time.
someone offered them a ton of
That new
money and that
pedestrian
Cavs just
trail's
isn't a thing
awesome.
anymore.
Yeah, that's coming. It's definitely coming.
I mean,
they're
dude,
building
we
they're
could
building
even-
apartments right next door, like high rises
Oh, then
right next door.
the whole DJ thing
We
at
could throw a
nightlife
big
is-
block
that-
party
it's
there.
gone.
with
It's
Boombox.
gone. Look what. I mean, I don't know how it is now because I haven't been to Roar, but when Roxy was Roxy, we couldn't have subs when we did Bamboo. Well, there was no subs. It was all mids and highs because the high rises, they bitched and complained, oh, the bass. Because what would happen during the day when we had the day phone parties, Trip Sound would bring in all the subs. And then management was like, yeah, like we can't have these at night. Like they would literally turn them off completely at 8 o'clock. Like,
It's wild, dude.
How are we supposed to like?
Bootleggers in Old City's going through something like that now.
Just dealing with neighbors and stuff.
Yeah,
That
with
sucks.
sound ordinances and
Yeah.
stuff. But that was always a thing in Old City, but not as bad as it is now.
I mean, I've only been in there a handful of times, but I didn't really think it was that loud in there.
Me either.
To be completely honest, because
Dude,
they
I love that back wall with all the light, like the lit up mason jars, like how the
Yeah.
liquid
Well, their walls look a lot different now. They have sound. They put up bunch of different
Really?
sound
treatment?
drywall and everything. Trying to.
We were going to go to the showdown, but with me having my new job, it's like I can't really be out that late on it.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man.
I
just
definitely can't be left alone in the city by myself. I'll just get drunk and wander
he
around
makes me
everywhere,
drunk.
bro.
He's like,
I'm just gonna show up. Like,
It's gonna wander.
Yeah,
You're a wanderer.
I'm a jellyfish when I get drunk. I just float away and just I'll be there somewhere.
yeah, but segueing back into Boombox, it's like that's why at least I wanted to do this.
It's a giant boom. Like that's literally what we said. Build a giant boombox.
Yeah,
Like we have
no
a
one's done
handle.
it.
We have a handle that we made, and then we lost the first one. We
were leaving one of the tailgates,
and we left it on the roof.
We forgot that it was on the roof because other little things were going on, and it was kind of like, dude, we need to hitch up and leave. Like,
yeah, and
the
the handle was on the roof, but we got a handle. We got a second handle.
Yeah.
So what's the handle made out of?
It's actually rain gutters.
Yeah, rain gutters spray painted black.
It's an 8-foot downspout with 90-degree elbows.
Yeah, mounted
to wood.
Oh, so it just flew off?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
It was held
not
down.
mounted to the trailer because the roof is real thin aluminum.
So trailer. Yeah.
So in reality, if it wasn't backed by another piece of metal inside the trailer, if we were driving, let's just say we were taking it down to Virginia Beach, that thing would catch air and it would rip the roof off the trailer.
Yeah.
The trailer, like you pay 10 grand to 20 grand for a trailer. They are made with the cheapest materials known to man.
It's you're paying for the frame. Really.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
since we
the
did-
frame and the axles.
and/or the
Back to the build.
actual name of the trailer, like the
Yeah.
company who made it. Like we still have to we have to shave off the name of the company because like, nah, no one gets no free plugs around here.
Yeah, no,
I just
hell
don't
no.
like the way they handled it because,
Yeah,
like
true,
Aaron
true,
said,
true.
the guy bought it for another reason and saw us two idiots walk into the store. The eyes huge, so salesman written all over him. He knew we were an easy target.
Yeah,
we knew we wanted a trailer, and we were trying to get it ready for last year's Eagle season. Not
yeah.
even this year. We were trying to get this ready for last year's when we bought the trailer.
It was in August. We bought it in August.
And then we were
And
trying
we
to
were
line up some dude to cut the hole in because we didn't buy it like that. We hired his neighbor did it. His
Yeah, the
neighbor's
door
a-
didn't
is
come with it because
contractor.
they told us the trailer that they had available is the one we had now, and then we had to buy the door separate. If we wanted a trailer with the door already cut in, we had to wait till February, which in the long run
we should have done. Whatever, and that's back to small businesses
because of the fact of we had contractor issues or whatever. But my neighbor is a handyman contractor who eventually was like, "Listen, I'll just put it in," because we bought a door, which we still have. It was
the
too
smaller
small.
door that came with it because
Yeah.
when we bought the trailer, we're like,
yeah.
hey, this is what we want to do because we were trying to design it with the salesman. Like, hey, this is what we're doing here, and he's like, well, you can get door in this size or this size, and we're like, all right, well, let's get the bigger door. And then the door came in, we're like, bro, this is way too small. I'm like, what do you-
tiny.
And I was like, well, how big of a door can we get? And he said, well, you can go up to 8 feet. And I was like, all right, well, can we just trade the door back? And he's like, nah.
Because they're custom made.
I'm like, bro, how is this door custom made? You told me when I bought the trailer, I had 2 sizes to pick from. And now that we want a larger one, it's a custom job. So in hindsight, yes, we should have done the custom build, had it picked up in February, but whatever. It's small business.
You live and you learn.
Learning, and
You live and learn.
That's
Yeah.
going to segue to this. As a small business owner, like my hearing aid center, I started Swarthmore from scratch with bootstrapped it. I bootstrapped it with just DJing. I picked up more gigs. So then I started just doing more MC work, just trying to book as much as I could just to make ends meet. Because you're a small business owner, man, you got to be ready for it. You got to love what you do.
Literally everything. Yeah.
It's your entire life. And I've heard your previous guests on here are all small, and I tip my hat to all of them. Like really, it's all of us. Like we're all we got. And when I was starting, I had a couple small business owners help me out with banking, so I'm not paying extra fees in banking and stuff like that. Like you have to track every single dollar. You have to track where every dime goes. But with DJ gear, we know it's a safer investment. You know what I mean? Like, with this, like with your, it's a safer investment in this industry when you're a professional. It's just, I feel it's almost like,
and at the end of the day, if the boombox isn't getting rented, you still have the equipment to rent out. If
someone was like, hey, we necessarily don't need the trailer, but we would like to rent your audio rig.
There you go.
Yeah, it's completely modular. Everything's built into a road case. There's probably 1 or 2 bags with XLRs, and that's pretty much it. I mean, the speakers have custom pole mounts for the subs. It's a real slim footprint.
Because we've been tweaking as we go.
We have to because we had originally it was the subs and the speakers, and then we were trying to figure out how we can mount them like in the trailer with like pop outdoors, and then
It's too loud in there.
Yeah,
Dude,
so
were you in there during showtime?
No. I never got to see it in person.
The show, yeah.
So it does have sound deadening, as Josh actually had sound deadening left over from a project he was doing previously.
Hashtag van life failure.
Yeah.
I failed miserably with a van life project, but I had a ton of. That's where I bought the Jackery, but I had sound deadening stuff.
Yeah.
So I recycled it, but it's like in small business, if it's gonna work, it's gonna work. And that's
resources
the most,
are everything.
Like,
oh yeah.
When I started this podcast, I wanted to. Like, it's just, I'm not a small business, but to go to touch on that subject.
You are, of course, you
reach out to your contacts, right? You use your Rolodex for anything. And for the kids listening at home, Rolodex is what all business people used to write contacts down before their phones.
Yep.
But
I don't do that enough. I'm gonna start hitting people up for some favors.
Yeah, right. So I reached out to. That's why I like the first 10 episodes is all DJs, because I wanted to get comfortable talking to people.
Sure.
And DJs that I know, but a lot of people don't know, and they don't know their backstory. They don't know where they came from. And in the beginning, it was hard to keep guests. So I was calling real favors, like Kev from Club 215. He helped me out in episode 4 or 6 or whatever. And then so it's in the beginning, I had DJ Now was number 1 episode,
of course.
But so it's
It was a great episode, by the way.
Yeah, that was the two brothers just talking. Yeah. But so it's the same kind of thing with a small business, right? So you're reaching out to your friends, your contacts, your neighbors, everything to kind of help build you up and give you that confidence and that help that you need to succeed.
But sometimes it's a little too much, and everyone will start chiming in. And you'll start getting, you should do it this way. I'm like,
I didn't ask you.
We didn't. Yeah.
Did I ask for your help yet? Yeah. No. Wait your turn.
If I want criticism, give me criticism.
Yeah. Wait your turn, bud.
Wait till I text you and ask you that question.
Yeah. So that goes for if someone doesn't ask for your opinion, don't give it. But if it's asked, give it. Unless it's constructive criticism.
If it's coming from love, of course I want it. You got to have someone shoot you straight. If you don't have that, I'd rather one person ruin my day with truth than 10 people lie to me to make me feel better. I'd respect the person who shot me straight more.
I'd rather get shot straight than.
So this is around the time I usually like to ask the small business is, where do you see Boombox in 5 years?
I'll let Aaron go first, and I'll give my view and his view. I've never done a partnership before, so
this is
first.
Well, I mean, a partnership business. Yeah, I've had my own personal business for a while now, but for Boombox, I would love for it to be, at every I would like, my ultimate goal is to be one of the most featured outdoor party placement objects, be featured at all large scale outdoor events.
So the food truck of music.
Pretty much, yeah. When they host these crazy food truck festivals, I want to something like that, but I don't know the proper the way to word it, but I want to be something to know, when they're oh, we're having an outdoor event, who we call? Oh, we need Boombox. Not necessarily saying us being the talent, but
it fits the aesthetic too.
We want to be we want to be that go-to. People have their go-tos for food trucks. I want to be that go-to for outdoor entertainment on the scale that we are, because obviously you have scaled production with huge stages, line arrays, and lighting and all that, but where we're at with Boombox in the trailer setup that we have now and the vision that we have going on right now, I think we want to just be known for the clientele that needs us for that outdoor event, and whether that's private tailgates, private parties, outdoor weddings, car shows, truck shows, community events, the food festivals and stuff that Josh does, that's where I kind of see, where
between the both of you and your events you do in the next 5 years, you guys should be booked out where you're getting more trailers.
That's
what Josh is going to touch.
Yeah, he's afraid when I start talking like this.
Well, no, I just
because he knows we're going to be spending a lot of money.
Well, once the first one gets booked, you'll be a lot more comfortable. Once your trailer is booked once a weekend or twice a weekend.
When capital starts, multiplying in the bank account,
and it will, because. Well, keep going. I want to hear this. I'm going to reference this podcast and hopefully it's still I want to still, and I want to come.
What
back
I'm saying
and
is
say,
when the capital comes in, because I was brought up in a household where credit cards didn't exist. So it's if you don't have the money in your pocket, don't buy it.
That's right, my dad.
So that my grandfather, my grandmother on my mom's side, and my dad. That was in my head from day one. If you don't have the cash in your pocket, you're not buying it. And that's how I treated all my investments of DJing until this just recently when I bought the Rev 7, because it was a deal I didn't want to pass up. Use the bank's money, 0% financing, blah, blah, blah. But the way I look at it with Boombox is because we had to spend so much just to get this one off the ground. It's like I kind of had, like, I mean, if
he shook.
Yeah,
a little rattled from the first build.
All right, he's young.
So,
it's awesome.
And
it really is.
Yeah.
And being someone, I don't know. I know what it's going to cost to do another one, and hopefully the way the world
it's going to be more than what you think. It's going to be more than what you think.
But it's easier to make the second one.
100%.
You know what you went through on the first one.
Yep. And I know there's certain things that we may not have to get right away.
Exactly.
And I know off the fact what my material is going to be, and I know because of my knowledge of equipment and knowing the ins and outs of the audio industry, and making clients like contacts with people that are vendors and dealers where we can like maybe get not a handout but like get a dealer price versus a consumer price where
collab.
Yeah,
where if
you want to buy a QSE K12.2 from any website, it's $1,000. But if you work together with a company and on a collab or whatever your wording and your partnership is, you can get that, for a much, cheaper and, exclusive rate. You can't really spitball what that number would be.
We'll talk off air. I'll shoot you some
I have
ideas.
no idea how that stuff works.
Yeah, it's a lot, but
I have a couple ideas. I can let you.
But I think where my biggest fear with having more trailers and like the whole idea of having
let's just say boom boxes. Let's not say trailers. Let's just say boom boxes.
Boom boxes, yeah.
I have some visions for
you know what I mean? Well, it moves it because I always want to reference the McDonald's that movie that was on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
No. It's an actual document of how McDonald's became to be.
Yeah.
And it was just one, and then it was the whole termination of franchise. Because I'm so particular on how Boombox is. It's always like, okay, like, one franchisee, we built, and they start doing something that we don't do, and it's like off the bandwagon. And it's like, oh, you could just blame it. Oh yeah, it's a bad franchisee. Da 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 da. But what happens if that happens 3 or 4 or 5 more times? Then us, it's like, oh no, we don't want that no more. Like that's my biggest fear is having someone who doesn't.
That's why there's contracts in place.
Oh yeah, but
and in those contracts, that's why we pay a lot of money to lawyers.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, you're up.
So and that was a good answer. I mean, that was all.
That's my fear. That would be my fear. But yeah,
5 years. Yeah, I kind of wanted to go almost similar with that, but I want to bring Boombox across the country. Like, why not? Like, why not? Why isn't there a Boombox LA? Why isn't there a Boombox Albuquerque? You know what I mean? Like, let's go throw down. Like, let's go to a client. Like, I see Boomboxes everywhere. Like, why not? Like, let's throw down outdoors.
This is where the contacts come in.
100%, and it's just so new. But it's 5 years from now. I think Aaron's the dude. As much as I am, partner, I see my vision is Aaron being he's staying local. I don't know where like I said, I'm a jellyfish. I could be anywhere. I have some projects that might take me to North Carolina. I have a couple projects that might take me back to New York. I have a couple projects that I can go in a lot of different directions once Boombox is, I don't want to say like self-sufficient, but like a small business is like a child. I'm not a parent, so that's the closest thing. And when I bought the hearing aid center, the woman I bought it from was a mother, and she told me, like, Josh, this is the closest thing you're going to get to having a child is a small business, because you have to do everything for it.
Every small business I've had on so far has referred to their small business as a child.
And I don't want to speak like I don't have kids. So obviously I don't know the ins and outs, but you do feel that connection with it. And I'm trying to actually go the opposite direction of it, because I love what I do, but I don't love the knots in my stomach. I don't love the sleepless nights like I had with my first business, and I had with Boombox a lot of sleepless nights. I don't like that. I love the end result.
Not a good feeling.
But life's too short, and I don't want stress to be a part of it. So 5 years. We're doing what we want to do, how we want to do it. It's on our terms. We're having fun with everybody. Like, that's really, I just want it to be for everybody. Like, it really, like, I don't, like, throw block parties, you know what I mean? Throw big block parties, throw college parties, like, you see all these parties in these movies. Why can't we do it here? You know what I mean? Like you see
for
these
sure.
in movies all the time. We have so much talented people in this area between all the videographers, all the photographers, all the drone people. This city can put out some awesome content. We all work together and just
Yeah.
I think that is the biggest thing, is everyone coming together and putting like differences aside.
because there's such a negative.
Well, there's a lot of
Not
individuals.
a lot of people like Philly. You know, they like us until it's time to like not until we're
it's
easy
time
to
to
hate
not.
on. We're easy to hate on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're easy to be like, oh nah, fuck them. But it's like when we're hanging out, it's like, oh wait, you guys aren't all that bad.
Yeah.
You know, like when I travel, I talk to people like, oh, where you from? I'm like, yeah, I'm from Delco. You're probably not going to hear it. I'm like, but you know, we're outside of Philly. I'm like, you know, because there's people like, oh, you're not from Philly. I'm like, look, there's people who live in Philly, and I can get to the airport faster than you can.
Yeah.
So it's like,
honestly,
you're gonna tell me I'm not from Philly? I know I'm not from Philly. Like, my dad's in Northeast. I don't even call that Philly.
No.
Like Northeast is like the Delco of Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it
mean,
really, like Northeast and Delco are like the cousins that like get high.
Northeast is just Delco with less trees.
It's just,
more, less trees and more houses, more row homes.
but yeah, 5 years, man. We're running it. We have multiples in different cities.
Like I would love to have one in Nashville, being that like Nashville
Why
is the
not?
music,
Why
one
not?
of the music capitals of the world.
Let's
For sure.
do it.
You know,
everywhere.
Chicago being like a big one, but
It's why not? Let's go for it. Who? Like,
I love it. Two
let's
solid
just
answers.
Keep swinging. Keep swinging for the fences.
And I feel like you guys with your mindsets, I really don't really see a reason why not. So
Jay-Z said it, you know, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Right,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? Like,
exactly.
I'm an entrepreneur. As much as I love helping people with hearing loss, as much as I love boombox and DJing, like I'm an entrepreneur. Like my next project has nothing to do with anything. It's a recycling business. Like I'm going to be getting into recycling and like more of a green type project. Just kind of give back to. It's weird, but kind of give back to like Earth. Like I know that sounds wild, but like we're in a city environment. You know, we're even in Delco. It's still a county of a neighboring city. So we, you know, there's trash everywhere. There's not a hippie, but like I'm learning that side of things. Like I'm trying to plant trees for the future. You know,
you
even
should
though
see
I
when
may
he's dressed
never
up
say
in the
it.
summertime when he says he's not a hippie.
Dude, you seen me in the parking lots, like cleaning up after the tailgate.
Oh,
These
yeah.
people are filthy, bro.
That's
Like,
one of our biggest things. Like
hands and knees cleaning up, well, not hands and knees, but like bare hands picking up trash in G-Lot.
Our section of the grass in G-Lot, if we got the grass, because that is a sought after spot, as you know, was cleaner than when we got there.
100%.
Like we would have
setting up. I walked around like a guy on community service picking up trash because I wanted to at least show the staff that we're there to have a good time. We're there to make
and
sure
not be scumbags.
Yeah, we don't want people. We want to come in cleaner than we left it, so we can always say
like when we're leaving that parking lot, we have videos.
Like any contractor, you have a plumber come to your house and fix your toilet. You want it to look cleaner than when he started. You know, it's just
the amount of trash that is left in that parking lot. Like we've filmed it. Like our end result is
just to make
clean.
sure, because we're an easy target because we are such a large boombox that puts a very large target on our back
for sure.
If you have the evidence to prove it, if in case anything was ever said too, so it's always smart to.
Yeah, and that's kind of why we did it, because like I'm older, you know what I mean? I've been around. I kind of know how stuff works. You always want to be able to protect yourself at all costs, and especially with business. But it's been an adventure, man, and even just these tailgates, like just the few we've done. It was a blast. I met so many people. Like
so many good people too. Like
everyone I've met, I've had a blast with, and even like people's parents, like just coming down, hanging out with it, because it's just like the vibe. Everyone's having a good time.
And that's all that's what it's about. It's like I'm big on positive vibes. Like I don't like negative energy.
Yeah.
So if you like, they during the tailgates they would all bust him and Kev and Dunphy and whatever.
Aaron's high strung.
Yeah, they'd be like, they would be in the group chat like, how are we gonna bring his stress level through the roof today?
That's why we're a good.
And I'm like, dude, can you just not?
Nothing bothers me, and everything bothers him.
Well,
okay, that's
I'm
literally
a
our
perfectionist.
partnership.
I like things to be done a certain way.
No, I get it,
and I just know the world's gonna.
That's when. So like, I'll upload an episode of the podcast, and I always put it out an hour before I say it's going to be out, because I want to hear the mix down that Podomatic will do to it after I already edited it, right?
Is that
I compress it, right? So I'm like, oh shit, I should delete this and like make this part higher.
Yeah,
I mean, bring the levels up so when it compresses it, it sounds fine. So I perfected it to a point now where I can just upload it and be fine, but I still listen to it.
If you don't mind, before you air up this one, can I run it through? Because like I still do VO. Like I have a studio. I build a pop-up studio. I can, like lay down vocals and I'll show you off air. But I have plugins that I've taken podcasts recorded on phones and made them sound like
They were done in the
microphone.
studio.
Yeah, so before we're done, shoot me.
You're trying to say like mine don't sound like I'm in the studio?
I know. No, I'm telling you they sound great, but I'm telling you,
Get you some sound deadening on these walls. You'd be all right.
I paid a lot of money for this plugin.
Yeah, what's it called?
It was RX10. It's like a VO standard.
Okay, my buddy used
Ozone.
Ozone. Yeah,
Ozone RX10 is the product I got.
Yeah, that's what 9 used when I first started doing this.
The tools are so easy to use. Oh, I mean, 9's a prodigy. He knows how to do everything. I feel like he does artwork. He does visuals.
First person to put Photoshop in his hand was me, a cracked version when he was still living with his parents. So, but definitely, I appreciate you guys taking the trek out here. I know it wasn't close, so I definitely appreciate you guys coming down and talking about Boombox Philly. And it's eye opening because it just shows people if you have a dream and you have something comes up in your mind, drunk, sober, you know what I mean, or just talking on the phone,
write it down
during Call of Duty. Right?
Yeah, write it down.
Write it down because if you're drunk, you will forget it. And then
unless it's a good idea,
if
it's a good idea, you'll remember it.
Listen, the bar napkins are better than they're not just for wiping your mouth.
Yeah,
roll on it. I'm telling you, because that's how I drew this trailer. I drew it out on a bar napkin.
Yeah, and you guys are proof that if you put your mind to it, you can literally make a business out of thin air.
Yeah, and don't let anyone tell you can't do something because
they will.
Amen.
Oh, they'll tell you and be like, "Oh, I'm going to show you." Because
tell me in the comments on this.
That's great. That's going to be the clip right there. Say it right there into this camera. You guys already did, but I definitely appreciate you guys making the trek out here. It was good to get to know you guys a little bit more too, because we know each other on like the DJ level. But now I actually feel like I've known you for a little bit more than I thought I know you before. So I definitely appreciate you guys making the trek out here. This episode of Talking with Tonka has been fueled literally by Rainstorm because Josh finished this whole thing. I think
there's like a sip left.
I got nothing left.
So he said he was not going to drink the whole thing.
I did have an espresso martini before I came here, though.
Oh my god!
I did have an espresso martini.
You are.
I stuck with the Michelob Ultra.
You're gonna be wired.
I'm gonna sleep like a baby. Actually, probably not, but
I to be honest, like I've been trying to go to bed early because I've been trying to do this new thing that my buddy Jamie Six that was on. Episode 2, he came on. I did a recap episode of him, and
awesome story. I listened to that podcast.
Yeah,
like I want to meet him. I don't think I think I might have.
Jimmy? He's great.
Jimmy's a good kid.
I'm the worst with meeting. Like he sounded, dude. I love what he had to say. It's like the future's looking bright. Like guys like him on the scene.
I was at Bootleggers the first time he ever got his hands on turntables.
Yeah,
it was a Wednesday night. It was I'm pretty sure it was a Pink Whitney Wednesday.
Yeah,
and I was there because Eddie was playing DJ 9, and I was going to Texas the next day, and I got completely obliterated. And I got on the plane at 6 a.m. I ended up puking on the plane. Don't drink before getting on a plane. But that was the first time Jimmy got on the turntables. It was at the end of the night. There was really no one really there. I mean, he was going out on a Wednesday. Plus, it was like still COVID times. But
bright future, man.
Oh, dude,
bright. Kid's got a bright future. I don't know how old he is. Calling him a kid, but no disrespect.
Yeah, he's a kid. But shout out to Jimmy Six, man. He said something that stayed with me. He's like, everybody with a normal job has their day 8 to 4, 9 to 5, right?
Yep.
And I was sleeping till like 12:30. So like half of the regular people's days is gone.
Yep.
So like I could have taken advantage of at least half that time doing something productive. So now I get up. I've been starting. This week I started. I got up today at 10 o'clock. Yesterday I got up at 10 o'clock. So now I'm getting up at 10 o'clock every day, no matter what time I went to bed, get up at 10 o'clock. And then I'm out the door. If I have to go to the gym, whatever, I'm out the door by 11:30 at the latest. So I'm getting my day started now. Before I wasn't getting to the gym till like 1:30.
Yeah.
Now, so like by the time I eat my first meal, it's 3:30, right? And then if I have
just throws off everything. Especially when the older you get, the harder it gets. Like, I've been living a life. Yeah,
he said that it really implanted. I'm not going to get up at 8. I'm not going to get up at 9. I'm sorry, unless I have a gig. I'm not getting up that early. But
sheesh, I wish I could say that.
Yeah, I know. So
but I was doing what you were doing for a while, and it was just time for me to get back into that.
Yeah,
that having that financial like security. Because,
you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
Trust me. Like DJing for a living. Now that I'm 40, now that I have grown up money, like that I have grown up bills,
so much easier now. The second time, this is my second time going full time.
Yeah,
this is so much easier
now that I know what I need to do, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, and I'm having more fun. Like I'm booking more work now than I ever have. Like it's unbelievable. And all I did was just say fuck it.
Yeah, and I started saying fuck up too.
I'm just me. Like before, it was like almost like a persona thing because I had to be a hearing specialist during the day. So if I DJ'd a Wednesday night, I had to be testing Gladys's hearing at 9 a.m. and teach her all about hearing loss while still my ears ringing from the club before. Like it's just
Or being hungover.
And now that I'm the owner, even though I DJ or I'm up late at night, I still have to make sure my phone's available for my staff to reach out to me. Because like I'll deal with stuff. I'll be waking up out of sleep and be like, oh, we lost the hearing aid, so now we got to do, or whatever, anything that happens in running a business. You know, you just have to,
something.
The owner has to be available at all
right.
times. So it's good. Keep waking up early, man. Keep doing it.
I'm trying, man.
It's only going to do good things.
Yeah, because
only going to do good things.
I definitely need to get more time in my day because, like, I felt bad when you texted me you're going to be here at 6. I was like, oh shit. I was like,
Aaron's early for everything.
I was
bro.
like,
he's
I'm very. You
just took me off guard because I was like, oh shit. I was like, I'm still trying to fix this thing. I'm like, oh man, I'll meet you in the middle, 6:30.
No, because what happened was, with the new job, whatever, I had to leave a little early because UPS comes right at 3:30, and if the package is not ready, you get 15 minutes to load that truck, and they give you a window, and if you're not loaded, they don't care. They're like, we're out. So I had to go drop the package off of UPS. But my whole thing is I don't like sitting in traffic, and I don't like being late. And because I was always told, like, when you're on time, you're late. When you're early, you're on time. So that's my whole thing. Like, when we go out into the city,
I'm always on time.
Sometimes that we do, like, he's like, bro, why the fuck are we here so early? There's no one here. I'm like,
every time.
But I'm like, yeah, but we're in here. We didn't pay the cover, and we get to interact and say what's up, whatever. And then if we showed up at 11 o'clock, place is mobbed, you're paying a cover to get in the damn door, and your boys that are in there can't get you in because it's like, Carly in the back. So why do they get in? I'm like, well, you don't know the people here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm different.
So I go out during the week.
Yep.
I just
my
drinking and during the week.
One of my resolutions was to start showing up to my gigs at least 20 minutes early. Mm-hmm. So I was just showing up like 5-10 minutes before I started, and that got debunked this week because of traffic. But
now, is that plug and plug? Are you bringing your decks, or you already got?
No,
you're just bringing a laptop.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Most of the venues in the city got CDJs and an S9 or an S11, which I got to get my hands on. If anyone listening can get me an S11, I would love you.
Yeah,
because I can't get my hands on one. I've called every person I know, from people at B&H to Z-Sounds to American Music Supply.
Yeah, they're sick. I have one at Stratus. I book at Stratus, and I was like, they were like upgrading the equipment when I came in, and
S11 priority.
Yeah,
priority.
Great mixer. And I had 2 DJs play with me on DJ Day on Saturday, and they were like, dude, you have this as like the house mixer?
DJ Day.
Like,
that was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jason Moyes got some down for the Wildwood spots.
Oh, really?
Exit 6 and Fairview Social. No, what's it called? Vegas or something?
Bro, I don't know.
Fairview Social.
Fairview. Yeah. But they have the S11s. Like I had the Rain version when that came out, the 72. But I was always a Pioneer. I grew up a Pioneer. I can't.
Pioneer is a great brand.
I'll keep my Rain 12s all day long, but I need an S11. Like I had the Rain 1 and I absolutely hated it. As soon as I got my hand on the Rev 7, I was like, I never take my turntables out. They sit at home.
Yeah.
But the only reason why they'd sit at home is because I don't have an S11.
I'm finally getting my Techniques back from a buddy I borrowed, let him borrow. So my other buddy's selling an S9. So I've been mixing on Q102 now.
Yeah,
and I used to have to bring my SRT from the car and then make the mix and then put it back, or make it at the club.
It's not a house system there. Like you really like it's just I've never.
It's all pre-recorded.
What a Q102?
It's all pre-recorded, and I send it in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Sweet. So when he drops the turntables off on Wednesday, I have like a 62 I can use in the meantime to make the mix. But
old trusty.
Yeah. So I have a table downstairs with my iMacs on. Getting rid of that because that thing's obsolete as shit. I'm going to put the setup permanently down there. Make the mixes down there, so they're always set up.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
I still got a 57 SL.
Yeah. Oh, love that. I still have it too. It's in the basement.
I have one. It's in an Odyssey case. I got it from when I was at Roxy.
Oh, okay.
That was like the standard because I was using the CDJ. The first edition of the 2000s, before Nexus was a thing, and the original 900, and whether it was Chilia or one of the other guys, I forget his name, they were always using the 57 SL, and I was like, because I hated bringing my SL box because I had to bring all my own RCAs, the SL box, I had to bring all that, and I was getting tired of it, so I went out and I got the 57 SL. I actually got it off a buddy. He gave it to me for $500.
Nice.
I was like, dude, at the time, I believe that mixer was almost $2,000 at one point, and I was like.
It was like $1,200, yeah.
Look, man,
something like that. It was an expensive mixer because it had the sound card built in.
But now you just reminded me, if I'm going to be using my techs, I have to get that wireless.
The phaser.
Phase.
Yeah.
Phase is great. Just make sure you update it and don't not update and make sure.
I'm the black sheep of the DJ world. Like I literally use a standalone Denon Prime 4 Plus.
Yeah, well, that's I mean, everybody uses what they're comfortable with. But if I need a home setup and I have that, I have CDJ 1000s down in the basement. But like
I had those. I had the originals, the MK1s.
Yeah,
I'm not a good tech person.
That's what's down.
I had the MK1s and the 500.
Yeah,
I lost my entire music collection. Like all my CD rips. Like back in the day when we were ripping CDs back to like dating art. Like that hard drive I set up as a time machine backup, and like. I was like, oh, let me do this the right way. And I had like 5 different hard drives. All 5 got corrupted. All of them corrupted.
Yikes.
We've tried recovering.
I tried recovering it.
All my old school edits, like DJ City from like, I don't know, probably like 2008, 2000. There's a lot, like whatever, a lot of record pools tracks that I just know I can't get back. And I'm like, you know what, dude, screw this. Like, I thought
OG bar
bangers. I was about to retire because I was doing MC. Like, I was booking more MC work. COVID had been going on. So I was like, I need a new MacBook Pro. Like my 2011 unibody, like the metal, like the OG MacBook Pro one.
That's what that bull Musho was DJing. He had that, John, but he had it fixed like he fixed it all.
Oh, I spec'd it out. I had it 16 gigs RAM, solid state hard drive, the whole nine. Like I did the whole thing, and it was going bad. And I also had the SX2 at the time, Pioneer SX2, and that was kind of not on its way out, but like it was starting to show its age. And I was like, you know what? The hard drive went. I'm like, dude, screw this. And then I checked into like standalone sets. That's when the what's the Pioneer one? The Pioneer one.
Oh, the XR something. Jimmy has it. The XR.
That spaceship looking thing.
Yeah, it's basically CDJ. It's an XR something. It's basically CDJs and a 900 mixer.
Yeah,
in one thing
with the screen.
So, I started with the Denon Prime Go Plus or the Prime Go, and it's just a little battery powered 2-channel.
Yeah,
bro, I use that for just like small bar gigs. It's like not even. Nothing, and it worked perfectly. It synced with Tidal. I got all my Spotify playlist, dude. I got my Spotify playlist.
I got a little Hercules, John. If I don't feel like bringing my,
I still got the Vestex.
Oh, dude. Well, the Prime 4 Plus, that thing weighs like that thing's a brick.
Dude,
it's
huge. My little Hercules. I'll show you guys on the way out. It's literally this big. Fits on it's literally as big as this keyboard.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, the little small USB one.
Yeah. I used that for my second half of my Q mix last week. So I was like, shit, I still gotta record this. I'm playing Call of Duty and mixing at the same time.
That's lit. That's lit.
Great.
That's lit.
Time.
I do.
Every time we were in the lobby, I'm like mixing.
I'm not good. I played Call of Duty a lot, but I
was big on zombies.
I switched to Zero Builds Fortnite.
Oh yeah,
dude. Call of Duty, it just you die so quick in that game. You don't have a chance. Like it's just about dead.
Shout out to Kurt. Caps,
Kurt games like that.
Katz. Yeah. Oh, dude, he's so good.
Kurt's something else. I love it.
He's good at everything.
I'm there for
he's just good at everything.
I'm there for comedic relief.
Nice.
And I'm like the wild card. Like if they need me to check out a building, I'm the guy that will go in and get killed just to let them know where they're at.
Now, I heard you talking on the last podcast about golfing.
Yeah, Kurt is.
So why don't we all get together?
Can we go to Topgolf?
No, well, I don't. I'm thinking more like a golf outing.
Okay,
all right. And because Aaron and I actually did a golf outing last year. Remember we DJ'd?
Oh yeah, we did it.
So
I was playing music.
I'm saying they wanted me chirping these guys,
making fun of them,
like the back off challenge. You know, so I just ripping these guys, like
plug Happy Gilmore, that type of shit.
Like just saying whatever I could, and it was like a short par 3. So I think because I golfed a little in college in Delaware County Community College. Wasn't that good. I think they only grabbed me because they needed players, but it was free golf. So
I could smack a ball with a driver, but I can't tell you where it's going to land.
Yeah, me either.
I'm down for some golf. I'm not good. If I stay under 100, I'm happy. But I'm not good. But
we
should. I think we should just plan.
We should maybe put something
about it. Move's already down.
Yeah, we'll put something on Facebook. See how many DJs we can
DJ outing, golf outing.
Nightlife people, all of them.
A nightlife outing.
We can get 70 other whatever 18 times 4 is. I think is like the
get a couple of sponsors and stuff. Yeah,
that'd be dope.
Let's definitely talk about it.
Set BoomBox up and do a giant party.
Hey, listen, I got a plug at Springfield Country Club. I mean, not that that's a really crazy golf course.
I don't even know where
private,
isn't it?
No.
Oh, there's the Springfield. You're thinking of one in Montgomery County. There's one in Montgomery County.
There's
also one in Delco as well. It's next to Tavola's.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. I play hockey. Up
weddings. Oh, yeah, THL.
Hockey deck.
Yeah,
I play at Hockey Deck. By Springfield Mall.
Same. Yeah, I was a goalie.
Oh yeah. I got my
not as good as
over
Stank,
40 league tomorrow.
Dude, let's go on skates.
Well, you're going to be
on foot.
Deck. So you're going to be in Springfield tomorrow?
Yeah.
Right now, across the street from the mall.
Bro, so when you're done hockey, you got to come over and get some wings and hunts.
I can't tomorrow night. I got a Barstool's employee party tomorrow night.
Nice. Oh, okay. Shout out to Barstool.
Yeah, Barstool.
Great people over there.
Street.
Yeah, good people over there.
But I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. This is one of my longest podcasts.
Sorry, guys. I blame the rainstorm.
I have 70% consumption, so I'm not too worried about it.
Keeps me talking.
But
Sorry.
I definitely appreciate you guys coming, making the trek down here. We've been fueled by rainstorm, as you can tell, but we have been pumped up this whole entire episode. Make sure you guys follow BoomBox Philly on Instagram. Or shout that plug right now.
Yeah, shout out to BoomBoxPHL.com. You can follow us on Instagram, and we're going to be starting a YouTube channel covering like all of our outings.
Great.
And you can also hit us up for bookings as well. So if you want to rent, if you want to use Boombox, hit us up. We'll check the dates, and we can certainly,
awesome,
get Boombox at your next
event. Then if you didn't catch that, everything will be down the link in the description. Their website information and their Instagram. Make sure you guys DM them, email them if you want to use them in any upcoming events. This has been episode 4 of season 2 of Talking with Tonka, Fueled by Rainstorm. Thank you guys as always for hanging out and checking us out, and we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.